Yeah, because on the screen, this is what we were saying.
Right. Okay.
I was gonna, but then I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you're good. So 3 dots. Turn off. I wish you could just permanently turn off that setting. That's kind of dumb, if you ask me. What's up, DW? Hello. What's up, babe?
You need me?
Pull up. She said, pull up. She said, pull up, Mom. You need help or you good? You got it?
I'm good. Okay. Is there a cat out here?
No, not currently. Yes, boss. What's up, everybody? Hey, Emily. Good evening. Good evening. Bella. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Let's go. Y'all are amazing. Oh, Bobby's here. Welcome, Bobby. Ooh. All right, my nose camera looks good. My hair is all discombobulated. Y'all have to forget. All right, I forgot. Now my camera's mirrored. I forgot to do that last night. Swipe interaction. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. That was awesome. So I know we got a recap already, but how do I feel? Okay, how do I feel? What's up, Mon? What's up? Okay, how do I feel about Iron Fly? Honestly, excuse me, man. Where did I put my tea? I'm kind of nervous. Like, I don't know what to expect anymore. Like, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing right now. Roan, what did you do to me? My guy. It's backwards. That's backwards. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, so I'm excited. Anyway, I can't get it'll get in the way again. I'm excited, but heck, I don't know. What is happening? Oh, I flipped the camera today, so now that's why. Okay, everything's in reverse. Why do I feel so close? Anyway, I don't know. That's wild. Anyway, yeah. So it left off very crazy. Like I honestly was expecting it to come to an end. So to end there was very abrupt for me. But also knowing that it was a shorter book, so I wasn't sure. Okay, I will admit, I didn't think I would get as hooked as fast as I did with this one. Okay, this one definitely. Again, I can only compare things to what I know, right? So I know Sarah J. Maas, as we all know, right? That's what I know. Excuse me. And I never thought I would say this, but I wanted more, and it's not a bad thing. You know, I wanted more. So it was like, I wish there was more. But I get it. It did. This one was like Crescent City. It reeled me in quick. Like ACOTAR, I loved it. But I had to go into ACOTAR because Liz told me, hey, listen, when you read the first book, it's going to be good. It's slow, a lot of world building. You're probably going to not like it until the last bit. But we got to get through the first book to get to the second book, right? So then once I'm like, okay, so going into that with my mindset, I was able to get through it to the good stuff. Throwing the Glass was the same way. Everybody just kept saying, listen, just take your time with it, enjoy it. And I'm okay. So we took our time and the 5-chapter rule came into effect there. And then, yeah, now we're here. Excuse me. Fourth Wing got lucky. I will say it's such a shame that we all have to suffer through waiting for book 4 and 5. That does suck. I'm not a big waiter on books, but I'm going to be there with y'all soon. I mean, we're waiting on the next ACOTAR, the next Crescent City. I didn't sign up for this stuff. I was supposed to read a book, one or two, one series, and now we're doing this live. What is happening? Excuse me, the nose. Yes, we will all suffer together. Yes. But I am excited for this one. It's a little It's a little thicker. That's what she said. So that excites me. And I will say this. I got to see a map. I got to see this map of the actual continent. Okay. So that was cool to actually get to see now, because the last book only had the map of the college. So being able to see where the locations were, and okay, seeing like, damn, they fucking, okay, from Basgiath to fucking Athben. Yeah, Athben. Or as I say, Aspen. How there, and then how they fly to Erisha, and there was rest. And so that kind of let me see. That was really cool. Yeah, I love this map. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw it, I was like, that looks like Australia in a way. It's a big island, and it made me think of Australia. So there we go. That's what I thought when I first saw it. The world building is expanding. Right, okay. Totally. Okay, see, it does look like Australia. Excuse me, my nose. It's acting up just a little bit, but we are okay. So, excuse me. That is good. What is happening here? Okay, these are just more, hang on, more TikTok telling me to connect things. Oh, I have a better chance of beating Zaddy. That's funny. You don't care about my nose. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate that. Now we said it, I gotta, where's my rag? I got a rag, don't worry. Got a rag. The next book has more on the map, it's more of the world, as we talked about. Okay. Oh, and one thing. Okay, excuse me. Let's talk about last night. Let's talk about something really quick. Because I have, maybe we'll find out later. Maybe I don't know. We're gonna even pause the music in a minute. If music's too loud, let me know. I don't want to be distracted. But okay, a couple things from last night's chapters. How is Liam? Listen, I made a comment when I was reading it, like, Liam's throwing ice. What the heck? And then on my reviews today, I mentioned it again because, see, it stood out when I read it last night, and then when I was rereading the chapter, oh, my hair, whatever. I looked at it again. I'm like, where does Liam get ice? Because he's lying, though. He got sight beyond sight. So how does he have ice? Because I thought ice was Riddick. So reading fine, mother. Okay, so it's just one of those. I'll shut. But trust the process, wise. Trust the process. All right, y'all haven't let me down yet, but that's frustrating. What's my theory? Yeah, nobody can beat chodes. That's the new rule. There's no chodes allowed. So my theory about that, if I'm not mistaken, I think maybe they loved each other and he just had a little bit of essence in him or something. I don't know. Maybe there was a connection because their dragons were mated, so he was. I don't know. Maybe something like that's the only thing I can really come up with that rushes into mind is maybe those two guys loved each other. That's the thing that comes to mind. So there's that. And then the other thing, okay. My other question, and I just realized this. So, yeah, like mated essence, yeah, like that's what popped to my mind is okay, maybe there were some feelings there, so they pulled that in. But then I was going through the front parts, and I was looking at all the admin stuff in the book, right? And I was looking, and then again, we got the whole layout, and basically. That reminds me of what we in the military called in the field artillery a 3x3 section. So you got 3 sections. Each section has 3 squads. We used to use that in the field artillery. So I understand that, which is really cool. But then again, and then it was in the first book, and I remember this because I think it was like the second night that I was reading. We had to go back and read, and it's here again, where it's like, the following text has been faithfully transcribed from Navarian into modern language by Jesna. Y'all know I butcher the names. I'm sorry. Jesna. She just yelled at me for this name. Jessie. Anyway, from old Jessie, right? Jessie down in the archives. She's the curator at the Scribe Quadrant. All the events are true and names have been preserved, which means Jacinia. See, Jacinia. See, she got me. She got me. You know what I'm saying? She come out. Oh, Jesse. Listen, y'all know. Anyway, we're not living through these events with them. These events already happened. Like, these events already happened, right? Instead of living through the events with them, I think. Okay, so I'm right about that. Okay, cool. See, I didn't catch that the first time when I read freaking Fourth Wing. God, what am... Okay, we're gonna get there. Okay, we still have nothing fully confirmed regarding that, but yeah, okay. So there we go. Cool. I like finding things out. Oh, dang, we got 25. I guess y'all are ready, huh? I got a little late start tonight. I'm sorry. I was eating some dinner. I would tell you what I was eating, but then I'd tell everybody where I live. Anyway, not digressing. All right. Oh, my hair. That's the running theory. Okay, cool. I'm glad I found that out then. Cool. Tell you what. What I had for dinner? I had queso dip. Brisket queso dip. Burgers, nice. Any theories for this book? Oh yes, brisket queso dip is legitness. Oh, if you haven't had it, you should get you some brisket queso dip. Okay, theories for Iron Flame before we get started. There's some shit's gonna happen, and it's gonna scare me. Nah. You know where it's from. That's all. You know where it's from. I'm gonna need this a lot. That's what I think. I think I'm gonna need this a lot. This book. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I mean, okay, we all know there's spoilers here. There's warnings. I don't give a crap. We spoil them. Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, Brennan fucking wow, Big Brother coming out. That was fucking wild. So excuse me. So there's gonna be some fights. I hope Chode answers. I hope Chode answers for his digressions, his transgressions, his bitch sessions. I don't like Chode at all, and I want him and his family to be elbow dropped like quicker than dog snot. Fourth Wing was devastating, but it was... Oh, okay. This book is frustrating. Still good. Oh, there's a specific character. You think they're going to go back? Do I go back to college? Ooh, oh yeah. I think they're going to show up. Everybody's going to think they didn't show up. Oh. Or no. Well, that's it. Okay. Let me... What visibility restriction for 10 minutes? Bullying and harassing. Who was bullying? Did I bully and harass somebody? No. What? Anyway, all right. Well, we gotta wait a few minutes because apparently I got a warning. I didn't think I did either. That was crazy. I don't know. Maybe somebody don't like me. I got a hater. Anyway, fictional characters, TikTok, entertainment purposes. Jeez. Okay. I was kind of making fun of Chode. Yeah. Okay. So maybe that's what it is. Oh, FYP. Okay. Well, we got y'all in here with me for now. Okay. It'll come up. All right. It'll come back. All right. So yeah. Will they go back to the college? Part of me wants to say, just because of the dramatic of everybody thinking that Chode, Dane, is so spiffy special and he did so good, like they're gonna be like he's gonna do super good in the war games and stuff, and they're gonna be praising him, and all of a sudden Fourth Wing's gonna come showing up, boom, and then news is gonna show how they saved like all the village town people, and that's gonna start a big old what did you say? Something like that. Or no, they're gonna stay there, train, and then get ready. And then it's going to blow up from there. And then we're going to end up having to go back with the big fight on two fronts against the Vinny and the Chody. Those would be what I feel is going to happen. I think that's where we're going with. All right. Any other questions before we get started? No one say anything. Everybody's like, shush it. Shush. All right, let's stop the music. We had 43. Okay. Well, there was a pronunciation. Calling Vinny. Sorry. Yeah, they're the Vinny. It's Vinny. It's my cousin Vinny. Hey, my cousin Vinny. Listen, listen, they were the bitches of the three brothers. Remember, we had the Dragon Riders, the Griffin Riders, and the bitches. That's just how it was. I did not get to read the bonus chapters today because I had to film the reviews, and then I still had to edit and get up both lives that I did to finish it out. So I got that done. So my plan is tomorrow, because I'll read this tonight, but before I record these videos, I will grab Iron Flame. I'll read the 2 bonus chapters that I have, record those videos, then I'll record the Iron Flame videos and get that all up there. That's the plan. There we go. So that is the idea. And I think we're going to get started here. Or do we want to talk a few more times? Damn, I wish we would have. Did anybody pay attention when that 10-minute timer would have been done? Yeah, I only have 2 versions. I know there's a website, so if I remember, I'll try to pull the other one off. Oh, Emily's ready. She's ready. Okay, she's ready. Yeah, Zayden's POV. Right. Yes. I believe you were right. Yes, Zayden's POV. Correct. All right. Let's get going. Let's see how far we can get going tonight. This is a little bit bigger book. Hopefully they're smaller chapters, so it's easier to find a good place to stop. The bonus chapters is just bonus, nothing super world changing. Okay. So at least we're not missing nothing. All right. Iron Flames is a nonstop revolution. Okay. I don't think. Do we need the trigger warnings? All right. Here we go. Iron Flame is a nonstop thrilling adventure fantasy set in a brutal and competitive world of military college and dragon riders, which includes elements regarding war, psychological and physical torture, imprisonment, intense violence, brutal injuries, perilous situations, blood, dismemberment, burning, schmurder, schmeth, animal schmeth, graphic language, plus mine. Hey, thanks for the fan clubs, all. Loss of family grief, schmexuals, that are shown on the page. Readers may be sensitive, so please take note and prepare to join the revolution! Haha! We are all French. I will read this book in my entire French accent since we have joined the revolution. Okay, here we go. Today, Iron Flame chapter. No, I'm not really going to do that to y'all. Oh, I do really quick one question. I just want to say I feel bad for starting out last night with green eggs and ham. I didn't realize green eggs and ham and Sam I Am and we lost Liam. I'm sorry. That was out of pocket on my part and I did not know. So I just wanted to say I apologize right now. Okay? That was fucked up. I realize now, but my heart was in a good place. Just know that, okay? I wasn't making fun of the guy. My heart was in a good place. Okay. Now that that's off. Whew. Sorry. That was off. I had to get that off my chest. I felt so bad because I love that guy so much. All right. Here we go. All right. Chapter 1, Iron Flame, a wise reading. Let's do it. In this, the 628th year of our unification, it is hereby recorded that Erisha has been burned by dragons in accordance with the treaty ending in the separatist movement. Those fled survived, and those who did not remain entombed in her ruins. Public notice 628.85 transcribed Cyrilia. Hey, that's Jesse's mom. That's Jesse's mom or relative. That's Jesse. That's Jesse. Okay, cool. I just wanted to say, everybody says, they can't burn stone, and the Twisted List was all up in the comments saying, but and the one Harrenhal got burned to the ground. So y'all got to discuss that with her. Chapter 1. A revolution tastes oddly sweet. Viva la revolution! I stare at my older brother across the scarred wood table in an enormous busy kitchen at the fortress of Erisha. Arisha, right? Arisha? I said that right? Arisha. Make sure I'm saying that right. Arisha. I think that's what y'all said. Because if not, it's about to be. Okay, good. I was like, if not, it's getting locked in really quick. Okay, yeah. All right. It is what it is. Here we go. And chewed the honey biscuit he put on my plate. Damn, that's really good. Really good. Maybe it's just that I haven't eaten in 3 days since a not so mythological being stabbed me in my side with a poisonous blade that should have schmilled me. It would have schmilled me if it hadn't been for Brennan, who won't stop smiling as I chew. Wow. How long did y'all have to wait for the first book to the next book just for it to pick off in the exact, like, not 3 months? Wow. Wow. I like that, though. You don't have to question what happened. Cool. Okay. This might go down as the most surreal experience of my life. Brennan alive. Vinny Dark Wielders I thought only existed in fables are real. Brennan alive. Arisha still stands. And even though it was scorched after the Tyrish rebellion 6 years ago, Brennan is alive. I have the new 3-inch scar on my abdomen, but I didn't die. Brennan is alive. The biscuits are good, right? He asks, snagging one from the platter between us. Kind of remind me of the ones that the cook used to make when we were stationed at Caldry, remember? I stare and chew. He's just so him. And yet he looks different from what I remember. His brownish red curls are cropped close to his skull instead of wavering over his forehead, and there's no lingering softness in the angles of his face, which now has a tiny line at the edge of his eyes. But that smile, those eyes, it's really him. And one of his conditions must be eating something before he takes me to my dragons. It's the most Brennan move ever. Not that Taryn waits for permission, which means I too think you need to eat something. Fucking Taryn. Taryn's the dragon daddy we all need. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. If I had a dragon daddy, it would be fucking Taryn. I ain't gonna lie. He's hella cool. He's hella cool. All right, Taryn's low, arrogant voice fills my head. Yeah. I reply in kind, mentally reaching out for Anadarna. Again, one of the kitchen workers hurries off, offering a quick smile to Brennan. There's no response from Adarna, but I can feel the shimmering bond between us, though. It's no longer golden like her scales. I can't quite get a mental picture, but my brain is still a little groggy. She sleeps again, which isn't odd after she used up all her energy to stop time. After what happened at Resson, she probably needs to sleep for a week or so. That's why I was like I know she stopped time yesterday, but like she had to get there. Like how long she had to stop time? Being so young, I thought she was going to burn out, and she didn't. I was so fucking scared. Okay, sorry. I just want y'all to know that was going through my mind. That's why I was like, how did she do it? I don't know. All right. Oh, you barely said a word, you know. Brennan tilts his head just like he used to when he's trying to solve a problem. It's kind of creepy. Watching me eat is creepy. I counter after I swallow. My voice is still a little hoarse. And he shrugs shamelessly, a dimple flashing in his cheek when he grins. It's the only boyish thing left about him. A few days ago, I was pretty sure I'd never get to watch you do, well, anything again. He takes a huge bite, guess his appetite is still the same, which is oddly comforting. You're welcome, by the way, for the mending, consider it a 21st birthday present. May the release, Iron Flame. Oh wow, a few months, and then 2 years. Wow, that's a long wait. She did y'all dirty. I'm sorry, she did y'all dirty. She did y'all dirty. Gotcha. Okay, takes a huge bite. You're welcome. Consider 21st birthday. Thank you. That's right. I slept right through my birthday. And I'm sure my lying in the bed on the brink of death was more than enough drama for everyone in this castle, house, whatever you call it. Satan's cousin, Bodhi strides in the kitchen, dressed in uniform, his arm in a sling, and his cold and black curls freshly trimmed. Lieutenant Colonel Ezrin. Right? Ezrin. That's what we're going with. Yep. Lieutenant Colonel Ezrin. Is that what we're going with? Ezrin? Asirin? Azir. I like Azari. Azari. Thank you, DW. Okay, Lieutenant Colonel Azari. Lieutenant Colonel Azari. Bodhi says, handing a folded... Wait. he changed. Oh, so he changed his last name. Acery, Acery, Acerai, Acery. Colonel Brennan. All right, we'll figure out. Okay. So his last name's not. I mean, he had to change it. He can't be living out there like that. I get it, but Lieutenant Colonel Brennan, Lieutenant Colonel Brennan. Sorry, that might get difficult to say without saying like. All right. Anyway. All right. Bodhi handed him a folded missive. This just came from Baz Guyeth. The writer will be here until tonight if you want to reply. He offers me a smile, and I'm struck again at how closely he resembles a softer version of Zayden. With a nod to my brother, he turns and leaves. Oh, you're right. So and Gales aren't locked outside the wards. Gotcha. Makes sense. Come on, Wise. Pay attention. Softer version Zayden, with a nod to my brother, he turns and leaves. Baz Guyeth, another writer here. How many are there? Exactly how big is this revolution? Questions fire off my head faster than I can find my tongue. Wait, you're a lieutenant colonel? And who is Azari? I ask. Yeah, because that is the most important inquiry to make. I had to change my name for the obvious reason. He glances at me and unfolds a missive, breaking a wax blue seal. And you'd be amazed at how fast you get promoted when everyone above you continues to die. He says, then reads. Wait, what? He went back through this shit? He glances at me, unfolds a missive, and you'd be amazed at how fast you get promoted when everybody continues above you to die. Then he says, reads the letter and curses, shoving it into his pocket. I have to go meet with the assembly now, but finish your biscuit and I'll meet you in the hall in half an hour and take you to your dragons. All traces of the dimple and the laughing older brother are gone, and there in place is a man I barely recognize, an officer I don't know. Brennan may as well be a stranger. I keep freezing. Oh, okay. Is it you or me, Bobby? Is it you or me? Is it you? I mean, just making sure. Okay. They also don't know he's alive. He's incognito, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Okay. It's me, not you. Okay. All right. Just making sure. All right, here we go. So the assembly, Brennan be a stranger. Without waiting for me to respond, he scrapes his chair back and strides out of the kitchen. Sipping my milk, I stare at the empty space my brother left across me. Chair pulled out from the table as though he might return any moment. I swallow the remaining biscuit stuck in the back of my throat and lift my chin, determined not to ever sit and wait on my brother to return again. I push up from the table and head after him, out of the kitchen and down the long hall. He must have been in a hurry because I can't see him anywhere. The intricate carpet. Y'all know what I mean. Intricate. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I can't say the damn word today. Carpet muffles my footsteps along the wide, high-arched hallways as it come to. Whoa. The sweeping, polished double staircase with those detailed banisters raised 3, no 4 more floors above me. I've been too focused on my brother to pay attention earlier, but now I blatantly gawk at the architecture of the enormous space. Each landing is slightly offset from the one below, and though the staircase climbs toward the very mountain the fortress is carved into, the morning light streams in from a dozen of the small windows that provide the only decoration of the 5-story wall above the massive double doors of the fortress entrance. They seem to form a pattern, but too close to see it as a whole. There's no perspective, which pretty much feels like a metaphor for my entire life right now. 2 guards watch every step I take, but none move to stop me when I pass by. That at least means I'm not a prisoner. I continue to stride through the main hall of the house, eventually picking up the sound of the voices in a room across the way, where one of 2 large, ornate doors is pitched open. As I approach, I immediately recognize Brennan's voice, and my chest tightens at the familiar timbre. That's not going to work, Brennan. Deep voice echoes next suggestion. I make it through the massive foyer, ignoring what looks to be 2 other wings off to the left and right. The place is astonishing. Half palace, half home, but entirely a fortress. The thick stone walls are what saved it from supposed to be demised 6 years ago. What I've read, Rorrinson House has never been breached by any army, even during the 3 sieges that I know. Damn, stone doesn't burn. That's what Zayden told me. The city, now reduced to a town, has been slightly covertly rebuilt for years right under General Milgren's nose. The relics, magic marks for the children of the executed rebels officers carry somehow mask them from Milgren's signet when they're in groups of 3 or more. He can't see the outcome of any battle they're present for, so he's never been able to see them organizing to fight here. There are certainly aspects of the Rorison house, from its defensible position carved into a mountainside to its cobblestone floors, its steel-reinforced double doors in the entryway, that reminds me of Basgayath, the war college I've called home since my mother was stationed there as its commanding general. But there's where the similarities end. The actual art on the walls here is not just a burst of war heroes displayed on the stands, but I'm pretty sure that's authentic Pormish tapestry hanging across the hall from where Bodhi and Imogen stand in the open doorway. Imogen puts her finger into her lips, then motions to me to an empty place between her and Bodhi. I take it in, noticing Imogen's half-shaved head has been recently dyed a brighter pink while I've been resting. Clearly, she's comfortable here. Bodhi, too. The relics are cool, yeah. All right. The only sign that either has been in a battle are the sling cradling Bodhi's fractured arm and the split on Imogen's lip. Someone has to state the obvious. An older man with an eye patch and a hawkish nose says from the far end of the table that consumes the length of the 2-story room. Tufts of thinning gray hair frame the deep lines in his lightly tanned, withered skin, his jowls hanging down like a wildebeest. He leans back in his chair, placing a thick hand on his rounded belly. The table could easily accommodate 30 people, but only 5 sit along one side, all dressed in rider black, perched slightly ahead of the door. Brennan paces to the front of the table, but not at an angle he can easily spot us either. My heart lurches into my throat as I realize it's going to take some time to get used to seeing Brennan alive. How someone exactly the same as I remember and yet different. But here he is, living, breathing, currently glaring at a map of the continent, of the long wall, the map size only rivaled by the one in the battle brief lecture hall at Basgayath. And standing in front of the map, one arm leaning against the massive chair as he stares down the table at its occupants, is Zayden. Oh, thank you for the roses, Jennifer. That was very nice. I'm glad I was seeing that. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the gifts anyone has been giving. Thank you for the puffs. I am sorry if I don't see them all. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Zayden, he looks good, even with the bruises marred between the tawny brown skin under his eyes from the lack of sleep, the high slopes of his cheeks, dark eyes that usually soften when they meet mine, the scars that bisects his brow and ends beneath his eyes, the swirling, shimmering relic that ends at his jaw, and the curved lines of his mouth that I... Feral! I know y'all are going feral as I describe this almost perfect being that y'all seem to think he is. We'll see. No, I like Zayden. All right. Whoa, okay, yep, okay. Shimmering relic that ends at his jaw, the curved lines of his mouth to mouth I know as well as my own, all add up to make him physically fucking perfect to me. And that's just his face. Yeah. Yeah, it's his face. His body, somehow even better. And the way he uses it when he has me in his arms. Feral! Nope, I shake my head and cut off my thoughts right there. Nah, we ain't doing this stuff. We are stopping the floodgates, folks. Zayden may be gorgeous and powerful and terrifying lethal, which shouldn't be a turn on, but it is. But I can't trust him to tell me the truth about, well, and oh God, we're still on this. I mean, I got it. She just woke up. Calm down, Wise. Calm down, just because you, anyway. Which really hurts considering how pathetically in love with him I am. You'll get over it. And what is the obvious thing you need to state, Major Ferris? Zayden asks, and his tone completely, utterly bored. It's an assembly meeting, Bodhi whispered to me. Only a quorum of 5 is required to call a vote, since 7 are almost never here at one time, and 4 votes carry a motion. I filed the information away. Are we allowed to listen? Oh, I'm going to get frustrated with her at this book? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh. Well, we'll get there. Okay. That was important, too. So there's 7. We got 7 people, and there's a quorum, and 4. That's going to come back. That's important. Okay. So meetings are... Are we allowed to listen? Meetings are open to whoever wants to attend. Imogen replies just as quietly. And are we attending in the hallway, I ask? Yes, Imogen answers with no other explanation. Returning is the only option. Hawknose continues. Hawknose? Fucking Hawknose. Hawknose? Is that like a code? Hawknose? Fucking, okay. Hawknose continues. Not doing so risks everything we're building here. Search patrols will come, and we don't have enough riders. It's a little hard to recruit while we're trying to stay undetected. A petite woman with glossy hair, black like a raven counters. The umber skin at the corners of her eyes crinkle as she glares down the table at the older men. Let's not get off topic, Trissa, Brennan says, rubbing the bridge of his nose, our father's nose. The resemblance is uncanny. Not pointing out increasing our numbers without a working forge to arm them with weapons. Hawk noses. That's his hawk noses? Like for real? Hawk nose? This is not his real name. I've got to call a guy Hawk nose? Stop. Hawk nose? Voice rises above the others. We're still short a luminary, if you haven't noticed. And were we in negotiations with the What the? Man. All right, here we go. More stupid names. Okay. And were we in negotiations with the Viscount Ticarus for his, a large man in a chair in a calm, rumbling voice, his ebony hands tugging in his thick silver beard. Vicarus Ticarus? This isn't a noble family in any Navarian records. We don't have any viscounts in our ancestry. Still working on a diplomatic solution, Brennan answers. There's no solution. Ticarus is over the insults you delivered last summer. An older woman built like a battle axe locks her gaze on Zayden, her blonde hair brushing just past the square alabaster chin. I told you the Viscount was never going to give it to us in the first place, Zayden replies. The man only collects things, he doesn't trade. Viscount? Ticarus? Viscount? How? There's an S. I see an S. Like, you just don't say the S. You just... Fucking English is stupid. I hate my language. This is the dumbest language ever. I swear to God. Stupid ass. Anyway, all right, well, welcome to the world of wise, y'all. Welcome to the world of wise. It's French. The S is silent. Vive la révolution. Doesn't sound this. Okay, well, what the? I'm not going to go there. Anyway, all right, where he collects, doesn't trade them. Well, he's definitely not going to trade us now, she retorts in the gaze narrowly, especially if you won't even contemplate his latest offer. He can fuck right off with his offer. Zayden's voice is calm, but his eyes have a hard edge that dares anyone at the table to disagree. As if showing these people they aren't worth his time, he steps around the arm of the massive chair facing them, and it settles in, stretching his long legs and resting his arms on the velvet armrest. Excuse me, like he doesn't have a care in the world. The quiet that falls on the room is telling. Zayden commands as much respect from the assembly of this revolution as he does in Basgai. I don't recognize any of the other riders besides Brennan, but I bet Zayden is the most powerful in the room given their silence. For now, Taryn reminds me, with the arrogance only 100 years being of one of the most formal battle dragons on the continent can provide. Instruct the humans to bring you up to the valley once the politics are finished. Highly dislike his latest offer. What do we got here? What y'all yapping about in these? What y'all talking about in the comments, huh? What y'all talking? Am I missing stuff? Or am I just still reading good? Just keep going. Cleaning glasses real quick. Can't. Lasagna. Bad English. English is bad. You'll see. All right. And we are off. When the politics were done. Where was that at? Not big pitches, close to nothing. Luminary. Where the heck was that? Oh, there we are. Okay, here we are. Sorry. Dang, I couldn't find where. I passed it. There had better be a solution. If we can't supply the drift with enough weaponry to really fight in the next year, the tide will shift too far to ever hope of holding the Vinny advanced at bay. Silverbeard notes. This all will have been Silverbeard. Okay, these got to be code names. So we got Hawk. Who's got a fucking hawk nose? And who's got a fucking Silverbeard? You got to be fucking code named. Fucking hawk nose and Silverbeard. Fuck. I'm about to get yelled at.
She doesn't know their names. Those are just nicknames she's giving them to.
Oh, she's being like me. Oh, that's what's happening.
Which is why we're all laughing. Because she's doing what you do and you didn't pick up on it, silly.
She was outside the room. I didn't think she could see the people. I thought they were saying hawk nose.
Hi, Captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of wise and bad English. All right. Woo! Yeah, oh, I get it now. It's a whole new world. Wow. Okay. That's son of a. Okay. Okay. That's what y'all were saying. All right. Here we go. All right. There better be a solution. We can't survive in Silverbeard. That's all we have been for nothing. My stomach pitches a year. We're that close to losing the war, and I knew nothing about it a few days ago. As I said, I'm working on a diplomatic solution for the luminary. Brennan's tone sharpens, and we're so wildly off topic, I'm not sure this is the same meeting. We take a vote on Baz Gaiath luminary. Battle axe, hawk nose, Silverbeard, and battle axe. I knew I liked Vi. If we were that close to losing this war, then there's no other option. Zayden shoots Brennan a look that I can't decipher, but I breathe deeply as it hits me. He probably knows my own brother better than I do, and he kept him from me. Oh, my God. Can somebody track how many times I get annoyed with her tonight? We're at 3. That's 3. Y'all will tell by the amount of the sigh. Y'all know me. Y'all get it. That's just, yeah. Oh, God. She's going to be in... Oh, Vi, you're going to be the death of me. Jesus. And he kept that from me. Of all the secrets to hide, it's the one I can't quite swallow. And what would you have me have done with the knowledge that he had shared at Tarnas? Stop bringing logic into this emotional argument. I fold my arms across my chest and my heart that won't fully let my head forgive Zayden. We've been over that, Brennan says with finality. If we take Baz Gaia's forging device, Navarra can't replenish their stores at the outpost. Countless civilians would die if those wards fail. Do any of you want to be responsible for that? Silence reigns. Then we agree. Hawknose says, until we can supply the drifts, the cadets have to return. Oh, they're talking about us, I whisper. That's why they're standing out of direct sight. Bodhi nods. You're uncharacteristically quiet, Surrey. Brennan nods, glancing at the wide... Surrey? Who the fuck is Surrey? I don't know who Surrey is. All right. Glancing at the wide-shouldered brunette with olive skin and a single streak of silver in her hair, her nose twitching like a fox. That'd be cool if it was Mom, because she had a dagger. That'd be cool if it was Mom. I think it's Mom, though. I say we send them all the 2. Her nonchalant skates chill from down my spine as she drums her ebony fingers on the table. An emerald ring catches the light. 6 cadets can lie just as well as 8. 8. Garrett, Zayden, Garrett, Bodhi, Imogen, 3 marked ones. I'd never gotten a chance to know the ones before we were thrown into battle. And me. Nausea rises like a tide. The war games. We're supposed to be finishing the last competition of the year. Between the wings of the Riders' Quadrant at Bath Gaiath. Instead, we entered a deadly battle with an enemy I thought was only folklore last week. And now we're here in a city that wasn't supposed to exist. Excuse me, but not all of us. My throat tightens and I blink back, the burning in my eyes. Celine and Liam didn't survive. Liam, blonde hair, sky blue eyes, fill my memory and pain erupts behind my ribs. His boisterous high, his boisterous laugh, his quick smile, his loyalty and kindness, it's all gone. He's gone. All because he promised Zayden he'd be my guard. None of the 8 are expendable, Surrey. Silverbeard leans on the 2 back legs of the chair and examines the map behind Zayden. What do you propose, Felix? Suri and Felix. Suri counters running our own war college with all our spare time. Most of them haven't finished their education. They're no use to us yet. And if any of you has a say if we return, Zayden interrupts, earning everyone's attention. We will take the advice from the assembly, but it will be only taken as that advice. I like how he still gets to choose. I like how he does that. Zayden does seem to be making sure everybody has a choice in like 99.8% of the matters. Okay, he's not perfect here, but I like what he's doing. I have to give him props for that. All right, we cannot afford to risk your life. Suri argues my life is equal to any of theirs. Zayden gestures towards us. Brennan glazes meets minds, then widens. Each head in the room turns towards us, and I fight the instincts to retreat as almost every set of eyes narrows on me. Who do they see? Lilith's daughter or Brennan's sister? I lift my chin because I am both. I feel like neither. Not every life. Suri says as she looks straight at me, ouch. How could you have stood there and let her overhear our conversation at the assembly? If you didn't want her to hear, you should have closed the door, Bodhi responds, stepping into the room. She can't be trusted. Anger might color her cheeks, but the fear in Suri's eyes. Zayden has already taken responsibility for Imogen's sidesteps, moving slightly closer to me. As brutal of a custom as that may be, my gaze whips to meet Zayden's. What the hell is she talking about? I still don't understand that particular decision, Hawknose adds. Decision was simple. She's worth a dozen of me, Zayden says, and my breath catches at the intensity in his eyes. If I don't know better, I'd think he means it. Well, of course he fucking means it. And I'm not talking about her signet. I would have told her everything discussed here anyway, so open door is a mute point. Hey, so far, Zayden, he's keeping his word so far. Props to the man. Hats off to you, my guy. A spark of hope flares in my chest. Maybe he's really done keeping secrets. She's General Sorrengail's daughter, Battleaxe points out, frustration clear in her voice. And I'm the general's son, Brennan argues. And you've more than proven your loyalty over the last 6 years, Battleaxe shouts. She hasn't. Anger heats my neck, flushing up my face. They're talking about me like I'm not even here. She fought at our side at Resson. Bodhi tenses as his voice rises as well. She should be confined. Suri's face. Okay, let's see how that fucking works for you, dipshit. All right, she should be confined. Suri's face turns down right as ruddy as she pushes away from the table and stands her glazing jump as the silver half of my hair that forms on the cornet braid. She can ruin us all with what she knows. Agreed. Hawknode joins her with palpable loathing aimed in my direction. She's too dangerous not to keep a prisoner. The muscles in my stomach tense, but I mask my expression like I've seen Zayden do countless times and leave my hands at my side, close to my sheathed daggers. My body might be frail, my joints undependable, but my aim with the knife is lethally accurate. There's no fucking way I'm going to let them cage me here. I scan each assembly member, assessing which is the biggest threat. Brennan raises to his full height, knowing that she's bonded to Tarn, whose bonds get deeper with each rider, and whose previous bond was already so strong that Nolan's death nearly killed him. Knowing we fear he'll die if she does now, that's because of that. Rorison's life is tied to hers. He nods to Zayden. Disappointment tastes bitter on my tongue. Is that all I am to him? Zayden's weakness? I am responsible for Violet. Zayden's voice lowers in pure malice. And if I'm not enough, then there are 2 dragons who have already vouched for her integrity. Enough is enough. She is standing right here, I snap, and an unflattering amount of satisfaction courses through me at the number of jaws dropped in front of me. So stop talking about me and start trying to talk to me. I fucking love that. I love that. I love that. For real. All right. Excuse me. I am responsible for Violet. I mean, hey, listen. I don't know exactly how he means responsible, but, like, listen. I'm responsible for my wife, her health and well-being. That's all on me. If she like it or not. I'm just saying. When he puts it together, he's going to lose it. I know there's something here. I just can't figure out. I just don't know what it is. I know it. I ain't figured it out yet. Nolan. Anyway. Okay, here we go. A quarter of Zayden's mouth rises, and the pride that flashes through his expression is unmistakable. What do you want from me? I asked them, striding in the room. You want me to walk the parapet and prove my bravery? Done. You want me to betray my kingdom defending a Pormish citizens? Done. You want me to keep his secrets? I gestured to Zayden with my left hand. Done. I kept every... You could have thrown a fucking... I would have thrown it in there. Done. I kept every fucking secret. Except the one that mattered. Surreal lifts his eyebrows. We all know how you ended up in Athaban. Ooh, guilt clogs my throat. That was not Zayden starts raising from his chair. Through no fault of her own, the man nearest us with the gray beard, Felix, stands beyond serene from my sight as he turns toward her. No first year could withstand a memory reader, especially one considered a friend. He pivots to face me. But you have to know that you have enemies at Bath Gaiath. I mean, we knew that. Her sister fucking fucked her up, told her to go. But anyways, should you return, you must know that Chode will not be among your friends. Fuck no, he ain't. We know that. He will do everything he can to schmill you for what you've seen. I know. The words are thick in my tongue. Felix nods. We are done here, Zayden says, and his gaze catches me holding Suri and the hog-nose's shoulders, drooping in defeat. I'll expect an update on Zola in the morning, Brennan says, considering this assembly meeting adjourned. The council members push in their chair and file past the three of us once we step out of the way. Imogen and Bodhi stay at my sides. Eventually, Zayden starts to walk out and pause in front of me. We'll head to the valley. Meet us when you're done. I'll go with you now. This is the last place on the continent I want to be left behind. Stay and talk to your brother, he says quietly. Who knows when you'll get a chance. I glance past Bodhi to see Brennan standing in the middle of the room waiting for me. Brennan always took the time to help wrap my knees when I was a child. Brennan wrote a book that helped me through the first year. Brennan, who I've missed for 6 years. Go, Zayden urges. He won't leave without you, and we're not going to let the assembly dictate what we do. The 8 of us will decide what we do together. He gives me a long look that makes my traitorous heart clench, and then he walks away. Bodhi and Imogen follow, which leaves me to turn toward my brother, armed with 6 years of questions. Chapter 1 complete. Wow. Okay. I feel like y'all, I'm missing something. Or is this something, have I should have picked it up by now? Or is this something y'all just know? I'm just seeing how many pages in the next, okay, there's not too many in the next chapter either. Nice. I like small chapters. Huh? I feel like I'm missing something. I'm letting y'all down. Ooh, 5.6K likes. Thank you, ladies. All right. I should know everything I'm supposed to know. I just haven't. All right. So everything's been there. I just haven't put it together yet. Okay. I'm cool with that. All right. And y'all are ahead. All right. Cool. All right. I'm just making sure it's not like right here in front of my big ass nose. You know what I'm saying? It's not in front of my nose. I catch a lot of things. I try. I really try. Y'all got me looking deep in this. Vi has a lot thrown at her in a small amount of time. She's processing in her own way. True. And I have to remember too, like I look at these books, I'm in my almost in my 50s now. I'm close. So close, no matter how far. And she just turned 21. So at 21, I wasn't making them decisions either. I got to give her some, I'm glad I reread. I'm still picking up things. Oh yes. I never knew ways. Rereading was a thing. Never did I knew you could reread it, but just didn't think you would. But yeah. Her way is a choice. Her way is a choice. I like it. All right. Are we ready for chapter 2? Going pretty strong here. It only took us 30 minutes, I think, to do that one. That wasn't too bad. Unlike the other night. Excuse me. This, a choice indeed. All right. Chapter 2. All right. Here we go. Emily says it's time for the 2. Here we go. Chapter 2. It is the valley above Olive. I just forgot his goddamn. Rorinson. Okay. It is the valley above the Rorinson house. I just forgot Zayden's last name. I was like, Rio. Fucking jeez. It is the valley above the Rorinson house, heated by natural thermal energy that is its greatest asset. For there lie the original hatchling ground of that's Terran's line. Dubmandin line from which two of the greatest dragons of our time, Coda and Terran, descend. Terran is from here. Hang on. I'm sorry, hang on. See, y'all made me pay attention to this. His house is here, so that means, okay, interesting. We'll get into that. I'll go, okay. Chapter 2. I shut the tall door behind me before moving towards Brennan. This meeting is definitely not open to the public. Did you eat enough? He rests on the edge of the table like he used to when we were kids. This move is on him. This move is so him. And as for the question, I ignore it entirely. So this is where you've been the last 6 years. My voice threatens to break. I'm so glad he's alive. That's all that should matter. But I can't forgive the years he's let me grieve for him either. Well, I mean, he can't tell. I get it, but he can't tell you that fucking fucks it all up. Like, I mean, come on now. We gotta bear with her. Cue awkward silence. What am I supposed to say to that? It's all right, but not really. There's so much I want to say to him, so much I need to ask. But suddenly the years we've been apart feel defining. Neither of us is the same person. You look different, he smiles, but it's sad. Not in a bad way, just different. I was 14 the last time you saw me, I grimace. I think I'm still the same height. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I used to hope I'd get that last-minute growth spurt, but alas, here I am. Here you are, he nods slowly. I always pictured you in scribe colors, but you look good in black. Gods, he signs. The relief I felt when I heard you'd survived the threshing is indescribable. You knew? My eyes flared. He has sources at Basgiath. I knew, and then Rorinson showed up with you stabbing and dying. He looked away, clears his throat, takes a deep breath before continuing. I'm so damn glad you're healed and that you made it through the first year. The relief in his eyes takes some time. Take some of the sting out of my anger. Mira help, that's putting it mildly. The armor, he guessed correctly. There's something to be said for the delicate weight of a dragon scale armor against flight leathers. Under my flight leathers, I nod. She made it. She gave me your book too, the one you wrote for her. I hope it was useful. What are y'all saying down here? All right. Okay. She gave me this book. I hope it was helpful. I think back to the native shelter girl who crossed the parapet. Everything she survived in the crucible in her first year to forge me into this woman I am now. It was. His smile falters and he glances out the window. How is Mira? Speaking from experience, I'm sure she'd be a lot better if she knew you were alive. There's no point in mincing words if we only have a short time. He flinches. I guess I deserve that. And I guess that answers that question. Mira doesn't know. But should she? How exactly are you alive? For real, my guy. I shift weight to one leg, crossing my arms. Where is Marba? What are you doing here? Why didn't you come home? One at a time, he holds up his hands like he's under attack, and I glimpse a rune-shaped scar on his palm before he grips the edge of the table. Nolan, he was, his jaw flexes. Terran's previous rider. I suggest slowly, wondering if he was more than that to Brennan. Yeah, there was rumors that they could have been possible lovers, if I remember correctly. He was the siphon who died trying to save you, according to Professor Corey. My heart sinks. I'm sorry your rider died saving my brother. We will no longer speak of the one who came before. Damn. Terran's voice is rough. A corner of Brendan's mouth lifts. I miss Corey. He's a good man, he sighs. He lifted his head to hold my gaze. Nolan didn't fail, but it cost him everything. I woke up on a cliffside not far from here. Marba had been wounded, but he was alive too, and the other dragons. The amber-colored eyes met mine. There are other dragons here, and they saved us, hid us in a network of cave within the valley, then later with the civilians who survived the city being scorched. I was right. They came from a different spot of the dragons. I was just looking at the map like, oh, they came from a different spot because they're... Yeah, what? Brain's still working, guys. It still works. All right. There are other dragons here. They civilians. My brow furrows as I try to make sense of this word. Where's Marba now? He's been in the valley with the others for days, keeping watch on Adarna and Taryn, Sigel, and since you woke up, where is it? That's where Zayden's been, guarding Adarna. That makes me a little less pissed that he's blatantly avoiding me. And why are you here, Brennan? He struggles as though his answer is obvious. I'm here for the same reason you fought at Reeson, because I can't stand by safe behind the barriers of Navari's wards and watch innocent people die at the hands of dark wielders because our leadership is too selfish to help. That's all the reason I didn't come home. I couldn't fly for Navari knowing what we've done, what we're doing. And I sure as hell couldn't look at our mother in the eye and listen to her to justify our cowardice. I refuse to live and lie. You just left Mira and me to live. It comes out a little angrier than I intended. Sorry, I didn't portray that the right way. Or maybe I'm a little angrier than I realized. A choice I've questioned every single day since. The regret in his eyes is enough to make me breathe deep and center myself. I figured you had Dad until we didn't. My throat threatens to tighten, so I turned to look at the map. Then we walked closer to take in more details. Unlike the one of Basgaeth, which is updated daily with Griffin attacks on the border, this one reflects the truth. Navari is hiding. The region of the Barrens, the dry desert-covered peninsula, the land of the Great Walls is completely painted in crimson. The stain stretches into Breverick, over the Dunnis River. What have to be newer battle sites are marked with an alarming number of bright red and orange flags. The red ones mar not only the oceanic eastern border of Cravelin province along the Bay of Malik, but are heavily concentrated north into the plains as well, spreading like a disease, even infecting dots and the Sistigens. But the orange ones, those are heavily concentrated along the Stonewater River, which leads straight to the Navari border. So the fables are all true. The Vinny are coming out of the Barrens, sucking the land dry out of magic and moving city to city. You've seen it with your own eyes. He moves to my side. And the Wyvern? We've known about them in a few months, but none of the cadets did. Until now, we've limited what Royerson and the others have known for their own safety, which in retrospect may have been a mistake. Well, everything's a fucking mistake in retrospect if it was wrong. I mean, we know they have at least two breeds, one that produces blue fire and a faster one that breeds green fire. Fuck! We got blue and green fire. How many? I asked them. Where are they making them? Do you mean hatching them? Making, I repeat. Do you remember the fable Dad used to read us? They said the wyverns are created by the Vinny. They channel power into the wyverns. I think that's why riderless ones die when I killed the Dark Welders. Their source of power is gone. You remember all that from Dad reading? He glances at me, bewildered. I still have the book, bitch. Sorry, I didn't say bitch, but you know. That's a good thing. Zayden warded my room at Basgaia, so no one will discover it while we're here. Or will they? Are you telling me you're telling me not only did they create but have no clue where they're coming from? That's accurate. How comforting. I mutter as electricity prickles my skin. We know what that means. I shake my hands, pacing in front of a large map. The orange flares and awful close to Zoila, the second most populous city at Brevik, and where Cliffsbane and the Fire Academy is located. The one with the silver beard said we have a year to turn it around. Felix, he's the most rational of our assembly, but personally I think he's wrong. Brennan waves a hand in the L in the general outline of Brevik border with the Barrens and the Dunnis River. The red flags are all from the last few years and the orange of the last few months. At the rate they've been expanding, not only by their numbers of the wyvern, but the territory. I think they're headed straight for Stonewater River, and we have 6 months or less. They're strong enough to come for Navarre. Excuse me, not that the assembly will listen. 6 months I swallow bile fighting to rise in my throat. Brennan was always a brilliant strategist, according to our mother. My bet. Oh, I got to do a puzzle. Fine. Hang on, I got to puzzle it. Oh, I failed the puzzle. Swipe the puzzle. Ha! We can continue the live. I have continued the puzzle swiping. Almost missed that. Whew. All right. Let's see, where was I? 6 months. I swallowed the bile fighting him. My bet is on assessment. The general pattern is moving northwestern towards Navarre. Reston is the exception along with whatever that flag is. I point to the one that looks to be an hour flight east of Reston. The desiccated landscape around what has been a thriving trading post flashes in my memory. Those flags are more than outliers. They're twin splotches of orange in an otherwise untouched area. We think the iron box Garrus Tavis found at restaurant is some kind of lure, but we had to destroy it before we could fully investigate. A box like it was found in Johanna, already smashed. He glances my way, but the craftsmanship is Navarian. I absorbed that information with a long breath, wondering the reason Navarre would have to build lures besides the one to kill us in Reston. You really think they'll come for the Navarre before taking the rest of Premiel? Why not take the easier targets first? I do. Their survival depends on it as much as ours depends on stopping them. The energy in the hatching grounds of Basgaeth could keep them fed for decades, and yet Melgren thinks the words are so infallible that he won't alert the population, or he's afraid that telling the public will make them realize we aren't entirely the good guys. Not anymore. Fenn's rebellion taught leadership. It's a lot easier to control happy civilians than disgruntled, or worse, terrified ones. I mean, that's true. And yet they managed to keep the truth hidden, I whisper. Something in our past, a generation of Navarians wiped the history books, erasing the existence of the Veni with a common education and knowledge, all because we aren't willing to risk our own safety in providing one material that can kill dark wielders, the same alloy that provides the farthest reaches of our wards. Yeah, well, Dad always tried to tell us. He did try to warn you. This is wild. So basically, the government don't want to do shit. All the people in charge. All right, I got you. Don't want to keep the bad people out and keep everybody dumb and happy. Fuck. All right, Dad tried to warn us. In a world of dragon riders, griffin riders, and dark welders, it's the scribes who hold all the power. They put it in the public announcements, they keep the records, they write our history. Do you think Dad knew the idea of him structuring my entire existence around facts and knowledge only to withhold the most important is unfathomable? I'd choose to believe he didn't, Brennan offers me a sad smile. Word will get out to the closest forces. Word will get out the closer the forces come to the border. They can't keep the truth hidden. Someone will see. Someone has to see. Yes, our revolution has to be ready when they do. The second our secret is out, there is no reason to keep the marked ones under supervision of leadership, and we'll lose access to Basgaeth Forge. There's that word again, a revolution. You think you can win? What makes you say that? He turns to me. You call it a revolution, not a rebellion. I lift my brow. Tyrish is the one thing Dad taught us both. You think we can win? Unlike Fenn Royerson, we have to win, or we're dead. All of us. Navarre thinks they're safe behind the wards. But what happens if the wards fails? If they're not as powerful as leadership thinks they are? They're already extended to their max, not to mention the people living outside the wards. No way, one way or another, we're outmatched by. We've never seen them organized behind a leader like they did at Reston, and Garrick told us that one got away. The sage, I shuddered, wrapped my arms around my middle. That's what the one who stabbed me called him. I think he was the teacher. They're teaching each other like they set up some sort of school for the Vinny. Good, it's a fucking mini college. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to college. We're gonna learn to take the powder from the earth. And we're gonna make a wyverns. And we're gonna make a wyverns. We got the Vinnies. I like them. All right, sorry. Boy, they're teaching. Okay, they're not, and you're not behind the words. I know, not here. The protective magic shield provided by the dragons hatching on the ground, and the veil starts. I don't know. I thought I was about to get yelled at again for saying something wrong.
I didn't say anything. So tasty.
All right, here we go. All right, the protective magic shields fallen provided by the dragons hatching the ground, and the veil falls short in the official mountain borders of Navarre. The entire southwest coastline of Trenador, including Arisha, is exposed. A fact that never quite mattered when we thought griffins were the only danger out there, since they're incapable of flying high enough to the summit cliffs. Not here, he agrees. Though funny enough, Arisha has a dormant ward stone, at least. I think that's what it is. I never let close enough to Basgiath to compare the two to any details. My eyebrows rise. A second ward stone? I only thought one was created. Okay, that's what I was like. I was like, wait, a second one? Okay. One, okay. That's that, because the ward stone's what makes the power go out. And then, like, Mira can extend the wards a little bit. Okay. Sorry, just having to process it. All right. Yeah, I thought the Vinny were a myth and dragons were the only key to powerful wards, he shrugs. But the art of creating new wards is lost magic anyway, so it's basically a glorified statue. Pretty to look at, though. You have a ward stone, I murmured, my thoughts spin. You wouldn't need as many weapons if they had wards. They could generate their own protection, and maybe they could weave extensions into Promille, like we've expanded our wards to the max. Maybe we could keep at least some of our neighbors safe, a useless one. What we need is a god's damn luminary that intensifies dragon fire hot enough to smelt alloy into the only weapons capable of defeating the Vinny. That's our only damn shot. All right, okay, bro. But what if the ward stone isn't useless? My heart races. See, she's a thinker. She's a scribe. You gotta listen to her, peoples. We're only told that there was one ward stone in existence. Its boundary stretch as far as possible. But if there's another, just because one knows how to create a new ward doesn't mean that the knowledge can't exist somewhere, like in the archives. That information would have been wiped. We would have been protected at all costs just in case. Violet, whatever you're thinking, don't. He rubs his thumb along his chin, which has always been his nervous tell. Amazing the things I remember about him. Considering the archives, enemy territory, weapons are the only thing that we can to win this war. But you don't have a working forge or enough riders to defend yourself if Navarre realizes what you're up to. Panic crawls up my spine like a spider. And you think you're going to win this war with a bunch of daggers? You make it sound like we're doomed. We're not. A muscle ticks in his jaw. The first separatist rebellion was crushed in under a year. And up until a few days ago, I thought it took you two. He doesn't get it. He can't. He didn't bury his family. I've already watched your things burn once. Ow. God, that's... Ooh. Vi, he hesitates for a second, then wraps his arms around me and pulls me in for a hug, rocking silently like he did as a kid. We learn from friends' mistakes. We're not attacking Navarre like he did. We're declaring independence. We're fighting right under their nose, and we have a plan. Something killed off the Vinny 600 years ago during the Great War, and we're actively searching for that weapon. Forging the daggers will keep us in the fight long enough to find it. And as long as we can get that luminary, we might not be ready now, but we'll be ready once Navarre catches on. His tone isn't exactly convincing. I take a step back. With that army, how many of you are there in this revolution? How many will die this time? It's best if you don't know specifics. He tenses, then reaches for me again. Okay, guys, you can't leave fucking Via. She don't like to be left out, y'all. I've already put you in danger by telling you too much. At least until you can shield Atos out. Fucking chode. Fucking chode. I see that name. Ugh. My chest constricts and I sidestep from his embrace. You sound like Zayden. I can't help the bitterness that lurches into my tone. Turns out falling in love with someone only brings that blissful high All the poets talk about if they love you back. What? He does! Jesus Christ. And if they keep secrets that jeopardize everyone and everything you hold dear, love doesn't even have the decency to die. It just transforms into an abject misery. Wow, that is... God. Damn, that's dark. That's what the ache in my chest is, misery. Because love, at its root, is hope. Hope for tomorrow, hope for what could be, hope for that something is entrusted. You're everything that will cradle and protect you in hope. This shit is harder to kill than a dragon. Fair? Fair. A slight hum tingles under my skin, and the warmth flushes my cheeks as Terran's power races within me and answers to my heightened emotions. At least I know I still have access to it. The Vinny's poison didn't take it from me permanently. I'm still me. Ah. Brendan shoots me a look I can't quite interpret. I wonder when he ran out of here like his ass was on fire. Trouble in paradise? I flat out glare at Brennan. It's best if you don't know that. He chuckles. Hey, I'm asking my sister, not Cadet Sorengale. Ah, that's funny. And you've been back in my life all of 5 minutes after faking your death for the last 6 years. So excuse me if I'm not suddenly going to open up about my love life. What about you? Are you married? Kids? Anyone basically lied for an entirety of their relation? Jesus Christ! Vi is angry. She's angry. She's so angry. Wow. That is wild. All right, he flinches. No partner, no kids, point made. Shoving his hands into his pockets of his riding leathers, he sighs. Look, I don't mean to be an ass, but there's always a but. Details aren't anything you should know up until mastering, keeping your shields up at all times against memory readers. I clench at the thought of Chode touching me, seeing this, seeing Brennan. You're right, don't tell me. Brennan's eyes narrows. You agreed entirely too easy. I shake my head and start for the door, calling over my shoulder. I need to leave before I get someone else killed. The more I see, the bigger of a liability I am to all of this. And the longer we're here, gods, the others, we have to go back, I tell Taryn. I know. Brennan's jaw flexes as he catches up to me. I'm not sure going back to Baz Guy is the best plan for you. Pulls open the door anyway. But no, but it's the best plan for you. Not sure going back to Baz Guy is the best plan for you. He pulls open the door anyway. No, but it's the best plan for you. I'm nervous as hell by the time Brennan and his orange dragon tail Marba, as well as Tarn and I, reach Sigale. Zayden's enormous navy blue dagger tail, who stands under the shade of several even taller trees, as though guarding something. Adarna, Sigale snarls as Brennan blaring her fangs and taking one threatening step in her direction. Her claws fully extend in a series of sharp talon. Ching, 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 ching. Hey, that's my brother, I warn him, putting myself between them. She's aware. God damn, she just doesn't like me, never has. Don't take it personal, I say it right to her face. She doesn't like anyone but Zayden, and she only tolerates me, though I'm growing on her. Ah! Oh, that's fucking funny. That's funny. Oh, that was funny. We're up to 30. Oh, we had 29. Oh, excuse me. All right. Everybody still good? We're good? Everybody behaving in here? It's a pretty dull night. We haven't had too much excitement. So I like where we're going. All right. But I'm growing on her. Excuse me. Like a tumor. Though the metal bond that connects the four of us, her head swings and I feel it. The shadowy shimmer at the bond of my mind strengthens and pulls gently. In fact, Zayden walking this way, I tell Brendan. That's really fucking weird. He folds his arm across his chest and looks behind us. You can always sense each other? Kind of. It has to do with the bond between Sigale and Taryn. You'd say you get used to it, but you don't. I walk into the copse of Sigale. Cops? I walk into the cops? Of Sigale does me a solid favor and doesn't make me ask her to move, taking 2 steps to the right, so I'm in between her and Taryn, directly in front of. What the fuck? That can't be. No, impossible. Stay calm. She'll respond to your agitation and wake in a temper, Taryn warns. Oh, God, she a big girl now. Darn, she gonna be big angry girl, huh? She gonna be big little cute. You just want some uppies. I stare at a sleeping dragon who's almost twice the size she had been a few days ago, and trying to get my thoughts in line with what I'm seeing, what my heart already knows, thanks to the bond between us. I shake my head and my pulse begins to race. Wasn't expecting that, Brennan says quietly. Ryerson left out some details when he reported in this morning. I've never seen such an accelerated growth in a dragon before. Her scales are black? That's cool. Yeah, saying it doesn't help make it feel any more real. Dragons are only gold-feathered as hatchlings. Taryn's voice is uncharacteristically patient. Accelerated growth, I whisper, repeating Brennan's word, then gasp. From the energy uses, we forced her to grow. Stopping time for too long. I forced her to grow. Damn. Fuck. So every time you use her power, does that make her? That would fucking suck. It would have happened eventually, Silver One, if at a slower pace. Is she full grown? I can't take my eyes off her. No, she's what you'd call an adolescence. We need to get her back to the Vale so she can enter the dreamless sleep and finish the growing process. I should warn you before she wakes, she is notoriously perilous age. For her, is she in danger? My gaze swings to Taryn for the length of the terrorizing heartbeat. No, just everyone around her. There's a reason adolescents don't bond either. They don't have the patience for humans, elders, or logic. She's a typical teenager. So the same as humans, a teenager, fabulous, except with teeth and eventually... Oh, God. Wow. Her scales are so deeply black they glimmer almost purple, iridescent, really, in the flickering sunlight that filters through the leaves above. The color of her dragon scales is hereditary. Wait a second. Is she yours? I asked Tarn. I swear to the gods, if she's another secret you kept from me, I told you last year she's not our progeny. Tarn answered, drawing up his head as offended. Black dragons are rare, but not unheard of. And if I happen to bond to 2 of them, I counter, outright glaring at him. Technically, she was gold when you bonded her. Not even she know what color her scales would mature to. Only the eldest of our dens can sense the hatchling's pigment. In fact, 2 more black dragons have hatched in the last year, according to Coda. Not helping, I let Adarna's steady breathing assure me that she really is fine. Giant, but fine. I can still see her features. Her slightly more rounded snout, a spiral twist carved in her horn. Even the way she tucks her wings while she's sleeping is all. Her only bigger. If there's a morning star tail on if there's a morning star tail on her, tails are a matter of choice and need. He huffs indignantly. They don't teach you anything. You're not exactly a notoriously open species. I'm sure Professor Curry would salivate over knowing something like that. The shadowy bond wrapped around my mind strengthened. Is she awake yet? The deep timbre of Zayden's voice makes my pulse skip, like always. Farrell! I turn around to see him standing beside Brennan with Imogen, Garrick, and Bodhi, the others flanking him in the tall grass. My gaze catches on to the cadets I don't know. 2 men, 1 woman. It's more than awkward that I went to war with them, and yet I have only seen them in passing in the halls. I couldn't even chance a guess at their names without feeling foolish. It's not like Baz Gaiath is made for the fostering friendships outside of our squads, though. Our relationship, for that matter, I spent every single day of my life earning back your trust. The memory of Zayden's words fills the space between us as we stare at each other. We have to go back. I fold my arms across my chest, preparing for flight. No matter what the assembly says, if we don't go back, they'll kill every cadet with the rebellion relic. Zayden nods as they had already come to the same conclusion. They'll see right through whatever lie they're going to tell, and they'll execute you, Violet. Brennan retorts. According to our intelligence, General Sorengale already knows you're missing. Fuck. She wasn't there in the diocese when war games orders were handed out. Her aide, Chode Atos, was in charge of the games this year. She didn't know. Our mother won't let them kill me. Say that again, Brennan insists. Sorry, that's fucked up. Say that again. What did you say? Brennan's dropping in the bombs now, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Brennan says softly. He tilts his head, looks at me so much like our father that I blink twice. And this time try to convince yourself that you mean it. The general's loyalties are so crystal fucking clear that she might as well have tattooed, yes, there are Venny, now go back to class on her forehead. Oh, that's fucking Jesus Christ. That doesn't mean she'd kill me. TikTok entertainment purposes. I can make her believe our story. She'll want to if I'm the one telling it. You don't think she'll kill you? She threw you into the writer's quadrant. Fine. He has me there. Yeah, she did. And guess what? I became a writer. She may be a lot of things, but she won't let Colonel Chode or even Markham kill me without evidence. You didn't see her when you didn't come home, Brennan. She was devastated. His hand curls into fists. I know the atrocious things that she did in my name. She wasn't there. None of these guys, I don't know. One of these guys, I don't know, says, putting his hands with the rest turned to his glare. He's shorter than the others, the third squad, flame section patch on his shoulder, light brown hair, and a pinkish face that reminds me of the cherubs. Usually carved at the feet of the statues of Amari. Sirius Karna? What is that? Sarna? Karna? Siren. Seriously, Siren? The brunette's second year lifts a hand to her forehead, shielding her fair skin from the sun, revealing a first squad flame section patch on her shoulder, then lifts a pierced eyebrow. You're defending General Sorengale. No, Aya, I'm not. But she wasn't there when the orders were handed out. He cuts off the sentence with two eyebrows slashing down a warning. And Chode was in charge of war games this year, he adds. Siren, Ia, I looked to the lean guy who was pushing his glasses up his pointed nose. With the dark brown hand standing next to Garrett's bulking build, I'm so sorry, but what is your name? It feels wrong not to know them. Mason, he replies with a quick smile. And it makes me feel better. He glances at Brennan. I don't think your mom had anything to do with the war games this year either. Chode was pretty loud about his dad planning the whole thing. Fucking Chode. Thank you, I turned toward Brennan. I would bet my life that she didn't know what was waiting for us. You're willing to bet all of ours too? Aya? Asked, clearly not convinced, looking at Imogen for support, not getting any. I vote we go, Garrick says. We have to risk it. They'll kill the others if we don't return. We can't cut off our flow of weapons from Basgaiath. Who agrees? One by one, every hand raises, but Zayden's and Brennan's. Zayden's jaw flexes and two little lines appear in his brows. I know that expression. He's thinking, scheming. Oh, thank you for the hearts and the lightning bolts. Thank you all. 11.3K likes. Y'all are wild. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. All right, here we go. He was thinking and scheming. The second Chode puts his hand on her. We lose Arisha and we lose your lives, Brennan says to him. I'll train her to shut him out, Zayden responds. She already has the strongest shield of her year, and learning to shut out Taryn, she only has to learn to keep it up at all times. I don't argue. He has a direct link to my mind through the bond, which makes him the most logical choice to practice on. And until she can shield out a memory writer, how are you going to keep his hands off her if you're not even there, Brennan challenges. By hitting him in his biggest weakness, his pride. Zayden's mouth curves into a ruthless smile. If everyone is sure about going, we'll fly as soon as Adarna's awake. We're sure, Garrick answered for us. I try to swallow the knot forming in my throat. It's the right decision. It could also get us killed. The rustling behind me catches my attention, and I turn to see Adarna rise and her golden eyes blinking slowly as clumsily gangs her newly taloned claws. The relief and joy carving my mouth are short-lived as she struggles to stand. Oh gods, she reminds me of a newborn horse. Her wings and legs seem disproportionate to her body, and everything wobbles as she fights to keep upright. There's no way she's making that flight. I'm not even sure she can walk across the field. Hey, I say, offering a smile. I can no longer stop time. No, that sucks, but oh well, you're alive. That's all that matters. She watches me carefully, and her golden eye judging me in a way that reminds me of a presentation. I know, and I nod, study the coppery streak in her eyes. Were those always there? You're not disappointed? You're alive. You'll keep us alive. You kept us alive. How could I be disappointed? My chest tightens and I stare, the unblinking eyes choosing my neck words carefully. We always knew that gift would only last as long as you were little. And you, my dearest, are no longer little. A growl rumbles in her chest and my eyebrows shoot up. Are you feeling okay? What the hell did I say to deserve that? Adolescence, Tarn grumbles. I am fine, she snaps, narrowing her eyes at Tarn. We leave now. She flares her wings out, but only fully extends one, and she stumbles under the uneven weight, careening forward. Satan's shadows whip out from the trees and wrap around her chest, still keeping her face from planting. Well, shit. I think we're going to have to make some modifications on that harness, Bodhi remarks as Adarna struggles to maintain her balance. That's going to take a few hours. Can you fly her back to the Vale, I asked Tarn. She's huge. I've killed lesser riders for that kind of an insult. So dramatic. I can fly myself, Adarna argues, gaining her balance in the aim of Zayden's shadows. It's just in case, I promise her. But she says with the eyes that deserve skepticism. Get the harness done quickly, Zayden says. I have a plan, but we have to get back in 48 hours for this to work. And a day that is needed for flight time. What's in 48 hours, I ask? Graduation. Wow. Okay, that was a good chapter too. I like it. I like what's going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 7. Let's put that there. The chapter was dumping buckets. Oh yeah, that chapter was a lot going on there. That one is definitely. I agree. There was a lot of stuff there. I'm sure I read something that I missed that I'm gonna be like, wait a second later on. Between names and people and battles and fights and all that stuff. Yeah. All right. How are we doing? Info dump. You better get ready for the sassy ops. Listen, I'm a girl dad. Okay, I'm a house full of women. I am the minority in my house. Okay, and I mean that. And literally, there's a male dog, a male cat, and me, and the rest are females. I just want you to know. I just want you to know that. One dog, one cat, and me. That's it. Okay? Estrogen, a lot. Testosterone, very, very little. Just me. I don't have a little, but I just one of me. Y'all know what I'm saying. All right. Oh, it's 9:30. All right. So do we want to keep going? Do we want to keep going? Or do we want to go and have some theory discussions and talk about some stuff? I do love my girls. I love all my girls. I will never deny that. Boom, 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 stretching out the back. Oh, I can always keep going. I can always keep going. Graduation. How far does graduation go? Is that, I mean, we might, it's still early. It's only 9:30. We're going pretty quick tonight. Please, wing leader. Oh, stop. You're awesome. Thank you. That's funny. Well, it's still early. It's still 9:30. So as long as everybody's still good. Is Emily still here? I know Emily was here saying she was up late last night. Oh, yeah, she's right there. She's the one that just said, I believe it's chapter 3. Open your eyes, Wise. All right. We'll go at least one more. How about that? We'll go at least one more and then we'll take a vote again. All right, here we go. Chapter 3. What? What is happening? What is happening? That's funny. That's funny. She's AFK, but she's listening. Oh, y'all are funny with the wing leader. Y'all are hilarious. All right, here we go. Chapter 3. Y'all are wild. Y'all are wild. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's funny. All right, 3. There is no moment as rewarding and stirring and as anticlimactic. I'm doing my nails. You get my nails done. Babe, you don't come find my nails. I'm just playing. Anticlimactic as a writer's quadrant graduation. It's the only time I've ever envied the infantry quadrant. Now, those cadets know how to hold a ceremony. All right. Chapter 3. The flight field at Basgayet is still dark and appears deserted when we approach in the hour before sunrise, hugging the landscape of the mountains, the riot doing what they can to stay out of sight. This doesn't mean someone won't spot us landing, Tarn reminds us, his wings beating steadily despite having flown the last 18 hours nearly straight from Arisha. The window of time we have to get Adarna to the Vale without being spotted is slim, and if we miss it, we'll put every hatchling in danger. I still don't understand why the Empyrean would never agree to let dragons spawn human riders, knowing that they'd have to guard their own young not only against griffin flyers, but the very humans they're supposed to trust. It's a delicate balance. Oh, good night, whoever's leaving. Good night. I'm sorry that you're leaving, whoever it is, if I miss you. Good night. Thank you for coming and joining me. I don't understand why the Empyrean and griffin flyers are not supposed to treat us. It's a delicate balance, Tarn replies, banking left to follow the geography. The first 6 riders were desperate to save their people when they approached the dens over 600 years ago. Those dragons formed the first Empyrean and bonded humans only to protect their hatchlings on the ground from the Vinni, who were the bigger threat. We don't exactly have opposable thumbs for weaving words or their ruins. Neither species has ever been entirely truthful. Both use the other for their own reasons and nothing more. I see. So each is just using their own as a matter to the end in a way. Okay. It never occurred to me to hide anything from you. For real, like if a dragon bonded with me, I'm like, what do you want to know, my guy? Like, what the flip? All right. It never occurred to me to hide anything from you. Tarn, does that weird thing that makes his neck appear boneless? What? Tarn does that weird thing that makes his neck appear boneless, swinging his head around from level, slightly narrow eyes to look me in a heartbeat before turning his attention to the back of the train. I can do nothing to remedy that last 9 months besides answer your worthwhile questions now. I know, I say quietly, wishing his words were enough to cut through the acidic but acid taste of betrayal I can't seem to wash out of my mouth. I'm going to have to let it go. I know that. Tarn was bound by his mating bond to Sigale, so at least he had reason to keep everything he did from me. It's not like I can blame Adarna for being a kid who followed his lead. Zayden is another matter entirely, though. Making my eye twitch. Vi, you making my eye twitch. Ugh. Fucking. Dang girl. Ugh. We're approaching. Get ready. Guess we should have worked on rolling dismounts earlier in the year. I joke, grabbing the pommel of my saddle tight as Tarn banks, my weight shifting right with him. My body is going to punish me for the hours in the saddle, but I wouldn't trade the feeling for the summer wind against my face for anything. A rolling dismount would tear you limb from limb, he retorts. You don't know that, Adarna counters with what seems to be her new default form of You don't know. You don't know, bitch. Okay. Did my daughter just come out? Did you really know that? Are you sure? You sure about that? You sure about that? You don't know that. No, bitch, I'm 48 years old. I know a lot of shit. Oh, that's fucking funny. You don't know that. Adarna counters with what seems to be her new default form of conversation, telling Tarn he's wrong. A growl rumbles through Tarn's chest, vibrating the saddle beneath me and the harness that holds Adarna to his chest. I'd watch it, I'd tell her, biting back a smile. He might get tired and drop you. His pride would never allow it. Says the dragon who spent 20 minutes refusing to put on her harness. Oh my Jesus, she's such a fucking teenager. Oh my God. Oh, we got, okay. Annie. Oh, poor Annie. Okay, here we go. The drop you, says the dragon. His pride would never allow it. Says the dragon who spent 20 minutes refusing to put on harness. Tarn fires back. All right, kids. Let's not argue. My muscles tighten and the straps across my thighs dig as Tarn dives, shimmering the edge of the Mount Basgayet, bringing the flight field into view. Still deserted, Tarn notes. You know, rolling dismounts are second-year maneuver. Not necessary one I want to master, but that doesn't change the requirement. One you won't be participating in. Maybe I'll take her if you won't, Adarna chimes in. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, this is gonna get fucking wild. The last words ending in a dragon-sized yawn. Maybe you should work on your landing before taking our bonded on a flight to meet Malik. This year is going to be long. My stomach pummels as he drops into the box canyon, knowing as the flight field. I will drop a darn in the veil and then return circle nearby. You need to rest. There will be no rest if they decide to execute the 8 of you on the diocese. The word in his voice clogs my throat. Call out even if you suspect it will not go your way. I will, I assured him. Do me a favor and tell Sigel that I need to talk to Zayden on the walk-in. Hold tight. The ground rushes to meet us, and I reach for the strap across my thigh, my fingers working the buckles as Terran flashes his wings to rapidly slow our descent. My momentum throws me forward as he touches down, and I force my ass back into the seat before yanking off the belt. Get her out of here, I tell him as I scramble off his shoulder, ignoring every muscle that dares to ache. Do not take unnecessary risks, he says as I slide down his foreleg in the steep incline Adarna's position forces to him. My feet slam to the ground as I stumble forward, catching my balance. Love you too, I whisper, turning long enough to pat his legs and Adarna before running forward to get the hell out of the way. Terran whips his head to the right. Sigel lands with brutality of effectiveness, her rider dismounting in the same manner. The wing leader approaches. He'll only be my wing leader for another few hours if we live through this. Oh, shit, he is gonna leave. They can't be staying at school. They can't be staying at school. They just can't. They can't. There's no fucking way. There's no way. Okay, what's gonna happen? Sorry. He'll only be my wing leader for a few hours. Zayden gives Terran a wide berth to launch as he walks toward me. Sigel takes off next, followed by the rest of the riot. Guess we're on our own now. I lift my goggles to the top of my head and unzip my jacket. Jelaya Bazgaias, this muggy as hell. Welcome to the South. Even this early, you actually told Terran to tell Sigel that you wanted to talk to me? Zayden asks as the sun's first ray of colors and the tips of the mountain purple. I did. I run my hands across the seas, checking to make sure my daggers weren't displaced during the fight as we talk at the flight field, slightly ahead of the others, heading towards the steps that will bypass the gauntlet and lead us back to the quadrant. You remember that you can. He taps the side of his head and walks backward in front of me. I clench my fist to keep from brushing the lock of dark, wind-blown hair off his forehead. A few days ago, I would have touched him without reservation. Hell, I would have threaded my fingers through that hair and pulled him in for a kiss. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. All right. But that was then, and this is now. Taking that way, it feels a little too, gods, why is this so hard? That's what she said. It feels like every inch I've sacrificed in the last year when it comes to Zayden has been erased, putting us back at the starting line of an obstacle course I'm not sure either one of us chose to run. But you're the one that made the obstacle course there. He's apologized. Oh, what are you talking about? You're the... Y'all, we 24 pages in, and I already lost count of how annoyed at her I am. Good googly moogly. Intimate, and we're not intimate. He lifts his brows because I can think of more than one occasion you've been wrapped around. Oh, hey, family-friendly show, folks. Family-friendly show. I jolt forward and covered his mouth with my hand. Don't. Excuse me. Ignoring the explosive chemistry between us is hard enough without him reminding me what we feel like together. Physically, our relationship. Whatever we are is perfect. Better than perfect. It's hot as hell and more than addictive. My entire body warms as he kisses the sensitive skin of my palm. I draw my hand. We're walking into what's certainly going on to be a trial, if not an execution, and you got jokes. Trust me, I'm not joking. He turns and reaches the steps of his heads down, glancing back at his shoulder. Surprised that you're not icing me out, but definitely no jokes. I'm angry with you for keeping information from me. I get it. You're allowed to be angry. Ignoring doesn't solve that point. Listen, he had to keep... There is a whole... I understand why she's upset. But at the same time, we have to look at... I'm sorry. It's a whole fucking town in a revolution that he... Vi, I love you. You're a very important person. But A whole town of I mean, am I thinking about it wrong? Am I thinking about it wrong? Am I thinking about this wrong? Oh, y'all talking about making a drink? That could be crazy. Y'all, that could be fun. I mean, you could add that to bingo. I'm just saying. We can come up with something. I'm just saying. You think I'm right too? Okay, see? Like, right? Like, I get why she's mad. Violet held some grudges for sure. Okay, I'm right. She's valid, but okay. Right. So where I'm not crashing out. It's a little bit valid. I mean, we get it. She does have a right to be upset, right? I mean, it's a valid reason to be upset, but we all agree she's holding on a little too strong, right? She's holding on a little too strong. Okay, I get it. When we get to the part where the thing happens with the oh boy. All right. Okay, we're all there. All right, cool. I like it. As long as I'm not overthinking it. Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same wavelength. I'm not overthinking it sometimes. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. I don't want to know what part you're talking about there, but we'll get there. I get it. She's in the military. She doesn't know. What does that mean? I was in the military. Break check. What does that mean? I don't know. Actually, I don't know shit either. I'm just playing. Oh, my hair is so wild today, y'all. Fucking Moose is all acting up and shit. I don't know what's happening. All right, anyway, let's get back into it. Sorry. All right, definitely I'm angry with you for keeping information that doesn't... Okay, good point. What do you want to talk about? I have questions I've been thinking about since Arisha. You're the only one, and you're only telling me now. He reaches the bottom of the steps and shoots an incredulous look at me. Communication is not your strength, is it? Don't worry, we'll work on that along with your shielding. Okay, I get it. Along with your shielding, that's ironic coming from you. We'll start up the path of the quadrant as the sun steadily rises on our right. The light catches the two swords and Zayden as it's strapped to his back. The movement have any scribes as it counts as friends? Does the movement have any scribes it can count as friends? Scribes count as friends. Okay. No, the citadel looms ahead of us, its tower peeking over the edge of the ridgeline tunnel it runs through. I know you grew up trusting a lot of them. Don't say anything else. I shake my head. Not until I can protect myself from Dane. Honestly, I've considered scrapping the plan and just throwing him off the parapet. Let's go! I second that emotion. I second that decision. Motion. Whatever. Fucking, can I get a third? Let's just throw Chode. TikTok entertainment purposes. Chode needs to go. Just right down. Can I get a third? All right, I got a third and a fourth, another third. Sold. We're going to throw Chode off a cliff. TikTok entertainment purposes. All in favor? Aye, flying Chode. Yahoo! I love it. Let's go. Okay. Oh, God, that would be so fun. I would pay to see that. $20 a ticket. Chode flinging. Chode chunking. We'll get a trebuchet. Oh my God. Hang on. Look. Okay, listen, y'all. Okay, listen. So we get a trebuchet, right? We take a trebuchet and we put Chode in the trebuchet. We can put him in the trebuchet and then we can fucking launch Chode. It'll be like pumpkin chunking. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember pumpkin chunking? Oh my God. Yeetus Deletus the Chode. Used to be on freaking Discovery Channel with the Mythbusters, y'all. Pumpkin chunking. We'll put him in a trebuchet. All right, sorry. The whole fucking Chodes. Oh, God. Sorry. All right. That would be so fun. Ooh. What are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Y'all wanna catch a Chode? We are chunking some Chode. Chunking the Chode. Chunking a Chode. I like it. All right. Catted Chode. That's a good one. Catted Chode. All right, here we go. Sorry. That would have been fun. Wing leader approaches. Where was I? Okay, you're telling me now. Coming from you. Scrapping the plan. And okay. And he means it, and I can't blame him. He never trusted Chode. And after what happened during war games, I'm about 99.9999999% repeating sure that I can't trust him either. And that 1% constantly screaming at me that he used to be my best friend. That's the kicker. That shouldn't be a kicker at all. That 1% makes me question if Chode knows what was waiting for us at at Aspen. Hopefully, but I'm not sure. Hopefully, but I'm not sure it will have the trust us effect we're going for. Do you trust me? You want the uncomplicated answer? Give our limited time alone, that's preferable. He stops at the tall door that led into the tunnel. With my life, after all, it's your life too. Okay. The rest depends on how he is with me. Now probably isn't the time for our state of our relationship talk. I swear there is a flash of disappointment in his eyes before he nods, then looks back for the other 6 who are quickly catching up. I'll make sure Chode keeps his hands to himself, but you might have to play along. Give me a shot at handling him first, then you can do whatever you think will work. The bells of Bath Gaiath interrupt, announcing the hour. We have 15 minutes until formation will be called for graduation. Zayden's shoulders straighten out as the others reach up, his expression shifting in an unreadable mask. Everyone clear what is about to happen. I am scared right now. I am fucking scared what's about to happen right now. I just want y'all to know. Sorry for the ear rubbing. That's nervous tick, I guess. I just notice I do that a lot. Anyway, this isn't the man who begged my forgiveness from keeping secrets, and as sure as hell isn't the one who vowed to earn back my trust at Arisha. No, this Zayden is the wing leader who slaughtered every attacker in my bedroom without breaking a sweat or losing a minute of sleep over it afterward. We're ready, Garrick said, rolling his neck like he needs to warm up before combat. Ready, Mason nods, adjusting his glasses on his nose. One by one, they agree. Let's do this. I lift my chin. Zayden stares long and hard at me. That's what she said, then nods. My stomach twisted and entered a tunnel. Mage lights flickering on as we pass. The other doors already open, and we make our way through the hall. And then we don't argue when Zayden plasters. Excuse me. Plasters himself at my side. There's every chance we'll be arrested as soon as our feet touch the quadrant, or worse, killed, depending on what everyone knows. Power rises within me, thrumming beneath my skin, not quite burning, but ready if I need it. No one appears as we cross the rock-filled courtyard. We have minutes until this space is filled with riders and cadre. The first riders we encounter walk out of the dormitory and into the courtyard with cocky swagger. The second wing patches on their uniform. Look who's finally here. Bet you thought you had the games locked down, didn't you, fourth wing? A rider with dyed hair, forescreen, says with a smirk, but you didn't. Second wing took it all when you didn't show. Zayden doesn't bother looking in their direction as we pass. Garrick lifts his middle finger on my other side. Guess that means no one knows what really happened, Imogen whispers. Then we have a shot of this working, Aya replies. The sunlight glints in a piercing in her eyebrow. Of course no one fucking knows, Zayden murmurs. He looks up to the top of the academic building and I follow his line of sight. My heart clenches at the image of the fire blazing into the pit on the top of the farthest tunnel. No doubt waiting for the offerings to Malik, belonging to the cadets who didn't make it through war games. They're not going to call out themselves over. They're not going to call out themselves over us. Wow. At the entrance of the dorm, we all exchange a look and then break apart, wordlessly explaining according to the plan. Zayden follows me down the corridor into a little hallway we've called home for the last 9 months, but it's not my room I'm interested in. Excuse me. I glance left and right to be sure no one sees us as Zayden opens Lamb's door. He motions me in. I slip under his arm and into the room, triggering the mage light overhead. My chest tightens in the cave as we weigh on the grief as Zayden shuts the door. Behind us, Liam slept in that bed a matter of nights ago, studied at that desk. He worked on a half-finished figurine on his bedside table. God damn it! Fucking Liam. You'll have to be Zig, Zayden reminds me. I will, I promise, going straight from his desk. There's nothing there besides his book and a selection of pins. I check his wardrobe, his dresser, the chest at the foot of his bed, coming up empty-handed. Violet, Zayden warns me quietly, standing the guard. I know, I say it over my shoulder. The second turn of Sigale arrive in the valley, every dragon would have known they returned, which means every member of the quadrant leadership knows that there are two. I lift the corner of the heavy mattress and I sigh a relief, snatching the twin-bound stack of letters before letting the bedding fall back into place. His letters to his sister. Got him. I will not cry. Then when I have to hide them in my room. Then when I still have to hide them in my room. But what will happen if they come to burn my things next? Let's go. Zayden opens the door. I walk into the hallway at the same time Rihanna, my closest friend of the quadrant, walks out of her room with Riddick. Another of squad mates. Oh, shit. Vi, Ree's mouth drops and she lunges, grabbing me and pulling me into a hug. You're here. She squeezes tightly, and I let myself relax into the embrace of a long length of a heartbeat. It feels like forever since I've seen her, not 6 days. I'm here, I assured her, gripping the letters in the crook of one arm and wrapping them around another. She squeezes my shoulder, then pushes me back, her brown eyes scanning my face in a way that makes me feel like complete shit for the lie. See, this is where I get a little upset. She's sitting here lying to Riri, but she's upset about people lying to her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. She squeezes my shoulder and clean line, going to hell with what everyone was saying. I thought you were dead. Her gaze races over my head. You both were. There were also the rumors that you got lost, Riddick added, but considering who you were with, we were all betting on the dead theory. I'm glad we were all wrong. I promise I'll explain later, but I need a favor now. I whisper as my throat. Violet, Zayden's tone drops. We can trust her, I promise. Looking back, Riddick too. Excuse me. Zayden looks at anything but please. Guess we really are home. What do you need? Rye asked, concerning frown on her brow. I step back and then push the letters in her hand. Her family doesn't always obey the customs of burning everything either. She'll understand. I need you to keep these for me. Hide them. Don't let anyone burn them. My voice breaks. She glances down at the letters, her eyes widen before her shoulders curve inward and her face crumples. What are they? Riddick starts looking over the shoulder and falling silent. Shit. No, Rihanna whispers, but I know she's not denying me the favor. Not, Lamb. No. Yeah, Lamb. Her gaze slowly rises to meet mine. Her eyes burn and I manage a nod, clearing my throat. Promise you won't let them have these when they come for his things. If I'm not, I can't finish. Rihanna nods. You're not hurt, are you? She scans me again, blinking at the line of stitchwork on my flight jacket, where the hole from the venom blade was repaired in Arisha. I shake my head. I'm not lying. Not really. My body is perfectly healthy now. We have to go, Zayden says. I'll see you guys at graduation. I'll give them a watery smile, but I take a step towards Zayden. The more space my friends have for me, the safer they'll be for the foreseeable future. How do you do it? I whispered to Zayden as he turned the corner into the crowded main corridor of the first-year dorms. Do what? His arms hang loose to the side as he continuously scans the people around us, and he puts his hand on my lower back like he's worried we might get separated. We're in the thick of the rush, and for every person too busy to notice us, there's another who does a double take when we cross path. Every marked one we see gives Zayden a subtle nod, signaling that they've been warned by the others. Lie to the other people you care about. He gazes. Lie to the people you care about. Our glazes collide. One pass through the burst of the first six and the flow of the crowd, past the wide spiral staircase that connects the higher years dorms. Zayden jaw clenches. Vi. I lift my hand and I cut him off. It's not an insult. I need to know how to do it. Okay, I respect her for asking and not being a dick about it and explaining that to him. I respect her. Excuse me. We break away from the crushed cadets, headed out the door to the courtyard. Zayden strides purposely to the rotunda, yanking out the door and ushering me through. I step away from the hand that places on my lower back. Zanil must be smiling on us because the room is blissfully empty. For the second it takes Zayden to tug me in behind the first pillar we come to. The red dragon hides us from anyone who might pass through the space that connects all wings of the quadrant. Sure enough, voices and footsteps fill the vaulted chamber a moment later, but no one sees us behind the massive pillar, which is exactly why this is our chosen meeting place. I glance around Zayden, noting the emptiness behind the pillars that flank us. Either everyone else is on the other side of the rotunda, or we're the first to arrive. For the record, I don't lie to people I care about. Zayden lowers his voice as he faces me, the intensity in his eyes pinning my back to the marble pillar. He leans in, consuming my field of vision until he's all I see. And I sure as hell have never lied to you. But the art of telling selective truths is something you're going to have to master, or we'll all be dead. I know you trust Rihanna and Riddick, but you can't tell them the truth, as much for their sakes as ours. Knowing puts them in danger. You have to be able to keep the truth compartmentalized. If you can't lie to your friends, you keep your distance. Understand? I tense? Of course. I know that. But hearing it so bluntly drives the situation home like a knife to my stomach. I understand. I never wanted to put you in this position, not with your friends, especially not with Colonel Chode. That was one of the many reasons why I never told you. How long did you know about Brennan? It might not be the right time, but suddenly it's the only time. He exhales slowly. I've known about Brennan since his death. What did you say? 6 fucking years? All right, I'm a little bit on side. All right. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Let's continue. You motherfucker. My lips part and something heavily shifts, and easing the weight in my chest. It's been there since wrestling. What? You didn't dodge the question. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised. I promised you some answers, he leaned forward, but I can't promise you'll like what you hear. I'd always prefer the truth. Some answers? You say that now. A weary smile twists his lips. I always will. The sound of boots shuffling behind us, the students' report for formation, reminds me that we're not entirely alone. But I need Zayden to hear this. If the last few weeks have shown me anything, it should be that I don't run from the truth, no matter how hard it is. That's what she said. Or what? It's the cost. Excuse me. Yeah, well, it cost me you. My whole body tenses and his eyes slam shut. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. He opens. Hang on, I gotta. I promise you some answers. He leans forwards, but I can't promise you will like what you hear. I always prefer the truth. Some answers. You say that now. A weary smile twists his lips. I always will. The sounds of boots shuffling behind the students as they report. I don't know. In the last few weeks, I should have. Weeks. If the last few weeks have shown you anything, it should be that I don't run from the truth, no matter how hard or what is the cost. Yeah, well, he says, oh, okay, just making sure. Yeah, well, it cost me you. My whole body tenses and his eyes slam shut. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. He opens them again, shaking his head in the abject misery that makes my heart clench. I know it was not telling you, I get it. But when the lives of everyone around you depend on how well you can lie, it's not easy to realize that the truth is what will save you. A sigh moves his shoulders. If I could do it all again, I'd do it differently, I promise, but I can't. So here we are. Here we are. Wow, here we fucking are. Wow. And I'm not even sure where here is. I shift my weight, but as long as you meant what you said about telling me everything, he flinches and my heart sinks. You are going to tell me everything. And once I can properly shield right, it's all I can do not to grab onto him and start shaking. Excuse me, hard. That's what you promised in the bedroom. He's not doing this to me. Anything you want to know and everything you don't. Those were your words. Everything about me. Oh, fuck me. He is doing this. What the fuck? Okay. Realization is fucking hitting her hard as fuck. Okay. That's what you promised in your bedroom. He is not doing this to me. Anything you want to know and everything you don't. Those were your words. Everything about me. Oh, fuck me. He is doing this to me again. I shake my head. This is not what you promised. Zayden starts to take a step toward me, but I lift my chin, daring him to touch me right now. Smart man that he is, he keeps his feet planted. He runs a hand through his hair and sighs, look, I will answer any question you want to ask me about gods. I want you to ask to know me well enough to trust me to even where I can't tell you, to trust me where even I can't tell you everything. He nods like those words had been included in the original promise. We both know damn well they weren't. Because you didn't fall for an ordinary rider, you fell for the leader of the revolution, he whispers, the sound so softly it barely carries to my ear. To some degree, I'm always going to have secrets. You have to be kidding me. I let anger rush to the surface in hopes that it will burn away the heart-tendering pain of his words. Brennan's been lying to me for 6 years, letting me mourn his death. Jesus Christ. Oh, vi. Okay. Life. I'm not even sure what parts of my education are real and what are fabricated and what he thinks. I'm not going to demand total, complete honesty from him. I'm not kidding. There's zero apology in his tone. But that doesn't mean I won't let you in like I promise. I'm an open book when it comes to whatever you want. I shake my head, and that's not going to work for me. Not this time. I can't trust you again without full disclosure. Period. He blinks as though he's actually managed to stun him. Full disclosure, I demand, like any rational woman staring down the man who kept her brother's secret alive from her, let alone an entire war. I can forgive you for keeping me in the dark here today, but you did save lives, possibly even mine. But it's completely and total honesty from now on. Okay, I can agree with that. Let's compromise. You got to make a compromise. Like from this point on, 100%. I can agree with that. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. Okay, we got it. All right, good. Gods, I'm going to have to say that. Am I really about to issue an ultimatum to Zayden fucking Rorson? I mean, I get it. I'm not an ultimatum type of person, but I get it. Ultimatums usually mean it's already fucking over with, but whatever. Or what? He leans in, his eyes sharpening, or I'll get busy unfalling for you, I spit out. Oh, God damn. Surprise flares in his eyes for a second before a corner of his mouth lifts into a smirk. Good luck with that. I tried for a good 5 months. Let me know how it works out for you. That boy cocky. He cocky son of a bitch. I like it. Oh, that's funny. I scuff in a complete loss for words as the bells chime, announcing the beginning of formation. It's time, he says. Keep your shields up. Block everyone out like we practiced on the way here. I can't even keep you out. You'll find I'm harder to block out than most. That's what she said. His smirk is so infuriating, I ball my hands just to give my fist something else to do. Hey, I hate to interrupt what's obviously a moment, Bodhi whispers loudly from my left, but that was the last bell. So that's our cue to get this nightmare started. Zayden shoots a glare to my cousin. We both nod. At his cousin, we both nod. He doesn't do his friend a dishonor by asking if they accomplished their mission as all 8 of us walk into the center of the rotunda. My stomach jumps into my throat as a death roll sounds from the courtyard. I will not die today, I whisper to myself. I really fucking hope you're right about this, Garrick says to Zayden as we face the open door. It would be unfortunate to make it all 3 years and then die on graduation day. I'm right, Zayden walks out and we all follow, stepping into the sunlight. Garrick Travis, Zayden Royerson. Captain Fitzgibbon's voice carries over the formation as he reads the death rolls. Well, this is fucking awkward, you bitches. Sorry, I had to add that little part in there. Zayden calls out, and every head in the courtyard turns in our direction. Woo! I fucking love it. Fucking love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 pages. Oh, woo, upward. I fucking love it. All right, it's 10:15. 10:15. I don't know. Emily, she says you should read it in short. Emily has been quick on it tonight, my girl. Okay, all right. You're saying just don't stop. So, all right. Read one more. All right, one more. One more. All right, one more. All right, here we go. Here we go. Last chapter. All right, here we go. We're moving through tonight. We'll get it. All right. Oh, you're leaving. All right, goodbye. Bye, I'm sorry. Carissa, goodbye. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining. All right, one more chapter. We got one more. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Here we go. All right, everybody. Oh, Lisa, I didn't know you were here. Thanks for stopping by. I just saw. All right, here we go. To you, my friend. Until next time. All right, here we go. Chapter 4, Nonstop Virgin. As dragons furiously guard both their young and any information regarding their development, only 4 factors are known about the dreamless sleep. First, it is a critical time of the rapid growth and development. Second, the duration varies from breed to breed. Third, as the name suggests, it is a dreamless sleep. And fourth, they wake up hungry. I'm hungry. All right, here we go. Chapter 4. My heart beats fast enough to keep time with the hummingbird's wings as we walk across the courtyard to the diocese. Zayden 2 steps ahead of the rest of us. He moves without fear, his shoulders straightened and his head high, anger manifesting in every purposeful stride, every tight line of his body. I lift my chin and focus on the platform ahead as the gravel crushes beneath my boots, the sound muffling more than one gasp from the cadet on my left. I might not have Zayden's confidence, but I can fake it. You're not dead, Captain Fitzgibbons, the scribe assigned to the Rider's Quadrant, stares with wide eyes beneath his silver brows. His withered face turning the same pale cream as his uniform as he fumbles with the death roll, dropping it. Apparently not, Zayden replies. It's almost comical how Commander Panchek's mouth hangs open as he turns towards us from his seat on the diocese, and within seconds, my mother and Colonel Chode standing, blocking his view. Woo! I'm a fucking Jessie. Jessie steps forward, her brown eyes wide under her cream hood as she fetched the death rolls from Captain Fitzgibbons. I'm happy you're alive, she signs quickly before grabbing the roll. Me too, I sign back, a sick feeling taking hold. Does she know what her quadrant is really teaching her? Neither of us had a clue during the months and years we studied together. Colonel Chode, cheeks grow increasingly red with every step we take. His gaze skimming our party of 8, no doubt taking notes who's here and who isn't. My mother locks eyes with me, one heartbeat, a side of her mouth tilting upward in an expression I almost scared to call pride, before she quickly masks it, resuming the professional distance she maintained impeccably for the last year. One heartbeat, that's all it took for me to know that I am right. There's no anger in her eyes, no fear or shock either, just relief. Okay. All right, maybe Mom's staying off the twat waffle list, okay? Well, I still got hope for Mom. I got hope for Mom. I really do. I think Mom is in a bad spot. I hope Mom... I got hope for Mom. Sorry, I got to keep going. Just relief. She wasn't in on the Chode plan. I know with every fiber of my being. I don't understand. Fitzgibbon says, and the 2 scribes behind him then addresses Pamchek. They aren't dead. Why would they have been reported to the death rolls? Why were they reported for the death rolls? My mother asks Colonel Chode, her eyes narrowing. A cold breeze blows past, and the thought is momentary relief from the stifling heat. I know what it really means. The general is pissed. I glance skywards, but there's only one blue as far as I can see. At least she hasn't summoned a storm yet. They've been missing for 6 days, Atos. Ugh, Chode sees, his voice raising with each angry word. Naturally, we reported them dead, but obviously we should have reported them desertion or derelict of duty instead. You want to report us for desertion? Zayden walks up to the stairs of the diocese, and Atos backs up a step, fear flashing across his eyes. You sent us into combat, and you're going to report us for desertion? Zayden doesn't need to shout for his voice to carry across the formation. What is he talking about? My mother asks, looking between Zayden and Atos. Here we go. I have no idea, Chode grinds out. I was directed to take a squad beyond the wards to Athben. That fucking word. Beyond the words of Athben, and form the headquarters of the 4th Wing at War Games, and so I did. We stopped to rest our riot near the lake past the words, and we were attacked by griffins. The lie rolls off his tongue as smoothly as the truth, which is both impressive and infuriating, because he doesn't have a single fucking tell. My mother blinks, and Chode thick-browed furrows. It was a surprise attack, and they caught Daya in full unaware. Zayden pivots slightly as though he's telling the wings, not the leadership. They were dead before they even had a chance. An ache unfurls in my chest, stealing my breath. The cadets around us murmur, but I stay focused on Zayden. We lost Lamb, Mira. We lost Lim. I can't pronounce his. We lost Lim and Surreal. I'm sorry for your losses. I can't pronounce y'all's names. Telri. All right, Zayden adds and looks over his shoulder at me. We almost lost Sorngale. The general pivots for a second, looking down on me like she's not just my commanding officer with worry, but a touch of horror in her eyes. She looks at me just like, Mom? What? That's pretty fucking cool. I nod, the pain in my chest intensify. He's lying, Colonel Choate accuses. This is certainly the voice that makes my head swim with the possibilities that we might not pull this off, that we might be killed where we stand before we have a chance to convince my mother. I'm only behind the ridgeline, Taryn tells me. Breathe, Garrick whispers, or you'll pass out. I inhale and focus on the steadying of my heartbeat. Why the hell would I lie? Zayden tilts his head and looks down at Colonel Choate with pure disdain. But surely, if you don't believe me, then General Sorngale can discern the truth from her own daughter. That's my cue. Step by step, I ascend the stairs of a thick wooden platform to stand at Zayden's left, sweat dripping the back of my neck as the morning sun beats against my flighting leathers. Cadet Sorngale, my mother, folds her arms and looks at me with expectation. The weight of the quadrant's attention makes me clear in my throat. It's true. Lies, Chode shouts, but there's no way 2 dragons were brought down by a drift of griffins. Impossible. We should separate them and interrogate them individually. My stomach pitches. I hardly think that's necessarily the general's response, an icy blast blowing back the flight, loosening tendrils of my hair. And I would reconsider your insinuation that a Sorngale isn't truthful. Colonel Choate stiffens. Tell me what happened, Cadet Sorngale. Mom cocks her head to the side and gives me the look, the one she used all throughout my childhood to unravel the truth when Brennan, Mir, and I would join ranks to hide behind any mischief. Selective truth, Zayden reminds me. Tell no lies. He makes it sound so fucking easy. We flew to Athben as ordered. I looked at her straight in the eyes. As Rorinson said, we stopped at the lake for about 20 minutes so we could water the dragons and dismount. I only saw 2 griffins appear with their riders, but everything happened so damn fast. Before I could even get a grasp of what happened, hold it together, I brushed my hand over my pocket, feeling the ridges of the little carving of Adarna Liam had been working on before he died. Sol's dragon was killed, and Dia was gutted. My eyes watered, but I blinked until my vision cleared. Mom only responded to strength. If I show any weakness, she'll dismiss my accounts as hysterics. We didn't stand a chance beyond the wards, General. And then Mom asked, completely unemotional. Then I held Lim as he died, I stated, quick to hide the quiver in my chin. God! Oh, why do we have to relive Lim? Fuck. Okay, there's nothing more I can do. It takes me a second to shove my memories and emotions back to the box they have stayed in for this to work. And before his body was even cold, I was stabbed with a poison-tipped blade. Mom's eyes flared. She jerked her gaze away. I turned my focus to Colonel Choate. But when he sought the help in the Athben, we found the entire outpost deserted, and a note with the wing leader Roran said could choose to keep watch over the nearby village or race to El Tulo. Here's the missive. Zayden reaches into his pocket and pulls the orders from War Games. Not sure what the destruction of a foreign village had to do with War Games, but we didn't stick around to find out. Cadet Sorengale was dying. I chose to preserve what remained of my squads. He hands the crumpled orders to Mom. I chose to save your daughter. She snatches the orders and stiffens. It took us days to find someone capable of healing me, though I don't remember being healed, I tell them. And my second life was out of danger. The second my life was out of danger, we flew back. We arrived half an hour ago. I'm sure Amsir can verify. And the bodies, Atos, and the bodies, Choate asked. Oh shit. I have no fucking clue other than Zayden telling me they burned Liam. Sorengale wouldn't know, Zayden answers. She was delirious from the poison. Once we knew there was no help to be found at Abthen, half the riot flew back to the lake and burned the bodies, both rider and dragon, while I took the other half to find help. If you're looking for proof, then you can find it either about 100 yards from the lake in a clearing to the east or in the fresh scars of our dragons. Enough, Mom pauses, not doubting, confirming with her dragon, then turns slowly to Choate Atos. And the thought he had a few inches on her, he suddenly appears smaller. Frost blooms on the surface of the diocese. This is your handwriting. You emptied a strategic, valuable outpost beyond the ward for war games. It was only a few days. Oh, you're getting fucking roasted, bitch! It was only for a few days. He has a good sense to repeat the step. You told me the games were at my discretion this year, and clearly your discretion lacks common fucking sense, she retorts. I heard everything I need to hear. Correct the death rules, get these cadets into formation, and commence the graduation so the lieutenants can get to their wings. I expect to see you in my office in 30 minutes, bitch. Colonel, Atos, Chode, I hope you come out a fucking goddamn butter bar, bitch. Sorry. Wait, officers can't be thinking. Anyway, digressing. Relief nearly takes my knees out from under me. She believes me. Chode's dad stands at attention. Yes, General. You survived a knife wound after being thrown into combat as a first year, she says to me. I did. She nods. A satisfying smile curves in her mouth for all a heartbeat. Maybe you're more like me than I gave you credit for. Without another word, Mom walks between me and the edge of the diocese, leaving us with Colonel Chode as he heads down the stairs. The frost! Why is frost again? The frost dissipates instantly, and I hear footsteps on the gravel behind us as the Colonel turns on me and Zayden. More like her, that is the last thing I want to be. You will not get away with this, Chode hisses but keeps his voice low. Get away with what exactly? Zayden responds is equally quiet. We both know you weren't taken off mission by griffins. He spit flies from his mouth. What else could have possibly delayed us? The slaughter of 2 dragons and their riders. I narrow my eyes and let the rage shine through. He got limb and solely killed. Fuck him. Surely if you think there's another threat out there, you'd want to share that information with the rest of the quadrant so we could adequately train to face it. Ooh. You're such a disappointment, Violet. Stop, Zayden orders. You gambled and you lost. You can't expose what you think the truth is without, well, exposing it, can you? A cruelty smile tilts Zayden's lips. But personally, I think this is all easily solved by a missive to General Milgren. Surely he saw the outcome of our battle with the Griffins. Satisfaction courses through me all the way through the Colonel's features slacken. Thanks to the rebellion relics, Milgren can't confirm anything when there are 3 or more marked ones involved, and Atos apparently knows it. I assume we're dismissed, Zayden asks. Not sure if you noticed, but the entire quadrant is watching rather intensely. So unless you'd like me to keep them entertained by retelling what happened to us, get in formation. He grinds the words out through the clenches of his teeth. Gladly, sir. Zayden waits for me to descend from the steps. It's settled. He tells Garrick, everyone back to formation. I glance over my shoulder and see Fitzgibbon shaking his head in confusion. It's just the death tolls, and then I walk over to my squad between Imogen and Zayden. You don't have to escort me back, I whisper, ignoring the stares of everyone we pass. I promised your brother I'd handle the other Atoses. I can handle Chode. A swift kick to his balls wouldn't be uncalled for, would it? No, give him a double shot. Double shot. Uh-oh, did something happen? I wonder what happened. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? Is everything okay? All right. Everything looks good. I wonder. All right. I don't want to look in there. Might be stuff. All right. I can handle dang. We tried it your way last year. Now we try it mine. Imogen lifts her eyebrows but doesn't say anything. Violet, Dane breaks formation, moving towards us as we reach second squad flame section. The worry and relief that itched the lines on his face make the power prickle in my hands. You cannot kill him here, Zayden warns. You're alive, we heard. Dane reaches for me. I recurl. Touch me and I swear to the gods, I cut your fucking hands off and let the quadrant sort you out for the next round of challenges, Chode. You entertainment purposes, TikTok. Entertainment fictional characters. Keep me off the FYP again. Oh, that's fucking great. My words earn more than a couple gasps, but I don't give a shit who hears me. Violence indeed. A hint of amusement in Zayden's tone doesn't reach his face. What? Dane stops dead in his tracks. Oh, what do you mean? Ah. His eyebrows shooting up to his hairline. What do you mean, Vi? I do. You don't mean that, Vi. I do. I rest my hands alongside the sheaths of my thighs. You should take her word at that. In fact, Zayden doesn't bother to lower his voice. If you don't, I'll take personal offense. She's made her choice, and it wasn't you. It'll never be you. I know it. She knows it. The whole fucking quadrant knows it. Oh, just kill me now. Heat flushes my cheeks. Woo! Moist. Getting caught in this flight jacket before war games is one thing. Outlying us in public when I'm not sure there is an us is another. Imogen grins, and I consider the merits of elbowing her in the side. Chode glances left and right, his face flushing so scarlet I can see the color under the scarf of his light brown beard as everyone looks on. What else? You going to threaten to kill me, Rorinson? He retorts. The disgust on his face is so similar to the father that my stomach sours. No, Zayden shakes his head. Why should I? When Sorengale is perfectly capable of doing it herself. She doesn't want you to touch her. Pretty sure everyone in the quadrant heard her. That should be enough for you to keep your hands to yourself. No means no, bitch. Fucking chode. He leans in and whispers, barely reaching my ears. But in case it's not, every time you think of reaching for her face, I want you to remember one word. And what is that? Dean Chode sees. Athman. Zayden pulls back. The pure menace in expression sends a shiver along my spine. Dane's spine stiffens as Colonel Panchek calls the formation to attention. No response? Interesting. Zayden's head tilts to the side as he studies Dane's face. Get back in formation, squad leader, before I lose all pretense of civility on behalf of Lamb and Soli. Dale. Ha! Ha ha! Tuck tail, you fucking bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, I fucking Chode. He's level 2 Chode now. I don't like him. Level 2 Chode. Fuck level 1. He's level 2. Okay. Chode pales and has the decency to look away before stepping back to his place at the head of the squad. Zayden's gaze meets mine for a heartbeat before he walks to the front of Fourth Wing. I should have known going for Dane's pride would include a spectacle. Ugh, fucking Chode. I can't believe I slipped your name out there. Anyway. The squad shuffles, making room for Imogen and me into our usual spaces, and my face heats at the blatant stares from my friend. That was interesting. Rihanna whispers at my side, her puffy and red. That was hot. Nadine comments in the front of us. Feral! Standing beside Sawyer, love triangles can get so fucking awkward, don't you think? That's funny. Imogen says as I shoot a glare over my shoulder at her, going for Zayden's implications. Why is my book stand turning? Or assumption, but I shrug unapologetically. Gods, I missed you. The blue streak in Quinn's short blonde curls bobs as she shoulders bumps Imogen's. War games sucked. You didn't miss much. Captain Fitzgibbons steps forward on the dice, his sweat dripping down his face as he continues where we were reading the names of the death roll. 17 so far, Rihanna whispers. The final test for war games is always deadly, ensuring only the strongest survive and move on to graduation. But Liam was the strongest of our year, and he didn't survive. Soli Telri, Lim Mira, Captain Fitzgibbon calls out. I struggle to force air through my lungs, and the flight to sting my eyes as the rest of the names blur together until the scribe finishes the roll, commencing their souls to Malik. None of us cry. Commander Pamchek clears his throat, and though there's no need to magically amplify his voice over the small number we've been whittled down over the last year, he can't seem to help himself. Beyond military accommodations, there are no words or praise for writers. Our reward for a job well done is living to see the next duty station, the next rank. Keeping with our tradition and standards, those of you who have completed your third year will now be commissioned as lieutenants in the Army of Navarre. Step forward when your name is called to receive your orders. You have until morning to depart for your new duty station, starting with First Wing. Third years are named section by section, and each collects their orders before leaving the courtyard. It's kind of underwhelming, Riddick whispers from my other side, earning a glare from Chode as he looks over the shoulder from 2 rows ahead. Fuck him. Just saying, surviving 3 years in this place should come with a lifetime supply of ale and a party so good you can't remember it. A little bit of TBI, PTSD, a little bit of those things. It's all good. Just go on it. It's fun. All right. That's for tonight, Quinn says. Are they handwriting those orders for third years they thought were dead? Heaton says they get back row. Who do you think they're going to be our new wing leader? Nadine whispers from behind me. Ori Beinhaven, Rihanna answers. She was instrumental in Second Wing's win in War Games, but Cho didn't do too badly. Filling in for Roran. Oh my god, that dude could be in fucking charge. Heaton and Emery are called up from our squad. I glanced at the others, remembering the first years who started with this won't be finished. The first years who either lie buried at the foot of Baz Gaiath and the rows of endless stones were taken home to be put to rest. The second years who will never see the third year on their shoulder. The third years, like Soli, who were certain they would graduate only to fail. Maybe this place is exactly what the Griffins Flyers had called it, a death factory. Zayden Rorinson, the commandant called out, and my pulse leaps as Zayden strides forward to take his orders, the last third year in formation. Nausea grips my stomach. I sway. He'll be gone by morning. Gone, telling myself that I'll see him every few days because Taryn and Seagal mating bond doesn't quell the panic quickening my breaths. He won't be here, not on the mat, testing, or pushing me to be better, not in battle brief or on the flight line. I should be happy for the space, but I'm not. Pamchek resumes in his place on the podium, running his hands down the trim lines of his uniform as though smoothing away the wrinkles. I'll find you before I go. Zayden's voice cuts through my shield and spiraling through and fades as he walks out of the courtyard into the dormitory. At least we'll get to say goodbye or fight our goodbyes. Whatever. Congratulations to the new lieutenant, Pamchek says. The rest of you will report to Central Issue to turn in your uniforms. Yes, you may keep the patches you earned and pick up new ones. From this moment on, seconds are now thirds and firsts. Okay, from this moment, seconds are now third years and first are now second years, with all the privileges that entails. Now, command designations will be posted in the comments this evening. You are dismissed. The resonating cheer goes up in the courtyard, and I grabbed a hug from Riddick, then Sawyer, then Rihanna, even Nadine. We made it. We're officially second years. Out of the 11 first years who came through I Squad during the year before and after the threshing, 5 of us are the only ones that are left standing for now. Woo! Holy schnickadoodles, man. Wow. That was a scary plan. Woo, wow. Yeah, right. What can go wrong? What can possibly go wrong with this plan? What is happening? Holy shnikes. That's wild, y'all. It did. At least for now, right? It at least worked for now. Holy crap. That was ballsy. But that's right. I like that. That's haha. Woo. Woo. Good stopping point. All right, I think we'll stop there. Everybody thinking we'll stop there? We've been up here for like 2.5 hours. I think everybody probably a little tired of hearing my voice is getting a little sore. My allergies are still fighting. Okay, so it doesn't fit in that one. That's what she said. All right, that was awesome. What a good first start. That was a little faster than some other ones than we're used to. I like how it didn't start out slow. That was cool. That was a cool. All right, breathing. Yes. Oh, yes. I could keep going. Trust me, I could. That's how Mama Sorengale did come in clutch. I was shocked. I will say, you're giving me hopes for her. Mama Sorengale is giving me some hopes for her. I have a feeling she just needs to see the truth through another. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe she's doing another person in another series. Working behind enemy lines. You know which one I'm talking about. My favorite female from the Blue Book and the other book. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil anything. I love Mama. Yes. Oh God, that was so good putting him in his place. I'm not gonna lie. I love that. I hate the Chodes. Chodes suck. The Atos family will not be getting a Christmas letter from me. I will definitely tell you that much. All right. I'm surprised she wasn't involved in the first year. Yeah, I mean, I guess she wanted to give herself distance in case she failed, Oh, yeah, she was the bad Sorengale. I'm not sure. Excuse me. I hope y'all don't hear me drinking that. That'd be sound if I'm giving y'all some ASMR or something of me drinking. All right. Chodness runs in the for real. We don't like them children. I tell you what, I don't. And to think he could just come up like, okay, this is my question. Do you think he was trying to come up to see what happened when he grabbed her face? Or do you think he was just like, or is it a both? He was happy to see her and that, or is it a little bit of both, one or the other? What do we think here? I go put my trebuchet back really quick. Absolutely. You thought he was trying to get the info? You thought he was getting that info, trying to steal it? You little chode ass. Ah! All right, put my trebuchet back. Sorry. Ah! Tripping over fucking Danica on the floor. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Let's see. What do I think? I think he was trying to figure it out. I think, I think what y'all are going. He's always going with the touchy feeling. He feels entitled. I think he cared about her. Don't get it twisted. And he's shocked, but he also knew, like, wait, I want to know how the fuck did she survive? Because remember, he was like, I'll miss you. So he was expecting her not to come back. So, excuse me, I think that's what ended up. God, my hair is wild today, y'all. So I think that's what happened. I think he was shocked, wanted to know what happened, but then he would have fucking been the chode and stayed inside the rules and fucked that up. You know what I mean? I think both. He was surprised. Yeah. I agree. Definitely May. The boundary part, that's two. Again, he doesn't believe shit. Yep. Dane made some poor choices. I hope he gets better because betrayal. I don't think, listen, okay. All right. I mean, it says spoilers. Okay. If anybody's in here hasn't read fucking Akatar, I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Because I don't want to be that guy that we're talking about Fourth Wing and I bring up Akatar. Okay. So we'll get 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Here we go. So listen, right now, I'm not saying he's not redeemable. I'm not saying that. But right now, he's up there with old Tam Tam for fucking level of chode, okay? That's all I'm saying. He's up there. He can be redeemed, but he's got so much. And, like, I think he might honestly, I mean, he sent her off to die. Let's be honest now. Now, hang on. Let's think about this. Okay, let's think about this. We all know Tam Tam did some fucked up shit, right? We know he did some fucked up shit from the bubble to everything else, but he never sent her off knowing she might, right? I mean, let's be honest. Or did he? I don't remember that. He made choices without really fully understanding the consequences. Okay, fair. Okay. I like that. If he didn't know, okay, so how about this? So can we say this? If he knew the plan, he's worse than Tamlin, right? If he knew the plan, because he said, I'll miss you, and that's what makes me wonder. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes me wonder. Like, so if he doesn't know the plan, then he's worse, right? But if he didn't, he knew there was a chance. Okay, so okay. He didn't. I like what Jackie's saying here, where Jackie said he didn't expect her. So maybe he thought I would tell the plan. All the marked ones would go off, and he would be with her, right? So we can go with that. Let him cook, okay? And then he didn't want her, right? Okay, so even if he didn't know, so now let's go off of that theory. Even if he didn't know Dad's plan about fucking Absinthe, right? When he said, I miss you, and he went off, he could have, I mean, I don't know. Tamlin never wanted to hurt Faye. Hurting words. And I agree with that about the whole Tamlin. I don't think Tamlin wanted to hurt her. I'm not going to say he didn't want to control her. I'm not going there. I'm saying he didn't want to hurt her. I agree. Okay. I like that. Unintended consequences. Xaden chose to be with, so they didn't know who to choose the marked ones, right? For me, I can only think Dane confirmed his father's suspicions, didn't know the plan. Okay. I think he wanted to stick it to Xaden, didn't think Vi would be involved. Okay. But he should have warned her, right? I think I think we all agree he wanted to get rid of the competition. We don't think he knew what his dad would do. But then my question is, if he didn't know, which is it's 100% cool, dad doesn't have to tell him everything, right? Straight, whatever. But at the party, he did the whole thing. Then they went and talked to the people, and then she went and they played the video game, right? So if the plan came there, he should have told her. He said, "I will miss you," right? So that's where that right there is the part that gets me is he might not know the plan. He might have known. So I guess it was something happened. I think he went and Zayden. Oh, comments are going pretty fast. For pushing and breaking the rules and finding out who he was. Dane didn't know Zayden would pull her out to go with him. Right, he didn't know, but then when he found out, he still didn't warn her. I'm curious how you're feeling about Dane will evolve over the books. I honestly, fuck Dane at this. No, I'm just playing. I think he's gonna get right. Warning her against would go against Dad and the rules, so he knew the plan. It's in a bad position. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I know we don't want to talk too much because I know y'all don't want to spoil. Did Dane see? That's what we don't know if Dane knew the plan, and I guess that's what we'll have to figure out later. Maybe we'll find out. I guess we'll have to put a pin in it and circle back on this one and come back to it. Okay, I'm sorry. There was another question. I think there was a question. Did I miss it? Oh yes, how I'm feeling about Dane evolve. Okay, listen. I will say this much. I hope Dane evolves. I do. Like Dane is one of those characters. I really hope that they make you like they gave me 7 layers of fucking goodness for him, and then they make you hate him, and then at the end he turns around and comes and does something good. I hope he's got an arc like that because it's like the side character's building arc. He's just not the main character where we're fucking yelling at him. You know what I mean? Like I don't ever want to hate a character. I really don't. I've seen so much hate in this world. I just want everybody to be cool. You know what I mean? But I hope he turns it around. But I have a feeling he's just, I don't know. Maybe if he finally gets betrayed by his father, his own family enough, he'll finally wake up. I think that's what'll happen. How are we feeling about Adarna being? Oh, she's getting bigger. I liked her as a baby, but I'm excited to see what she becomes. Right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck Jack. Jack deserved every bit of it. Jack had no redemption. Dane's issue is blind loyalty and believes that they're good with it. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay. Other events that need to be live. Okay. So again, if we know what chapter an event takes place, just don't say the event or the chapter, and then community filtered comments. Oh, what happened? Did somebody make a bad comment? Community flagged comments. Community flag. Was there a community flag for a comment? Did somebody say something bad? I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Who knows? Chapter 33, Iron Flame 33. That's a must read live. Okay. Can do that. All right. And just so everybody knows, I will say this too. Excuse me. Hang on really quick. What do you think about the different color robes Vinny and the flight leathers? Well, I noticed the one Vinny had the blue robe, and that was the sage, and they had a staff, and then the other had the red. So that's definitely something to look at. I don't know exactly what it means though. But it's definitely something that needs to that draws attention with the robe and the Vinny. What did she say? Snap of the book. What did you say? Sassy. Oh, Jinx, gotcha. That's funny. So yes. Okay. Now, really quick, just so everybody knows, I did get the last 2 lives uploaded onto YouTube. So if y'all missed the last 2 lives, oh, you'll definitely hate someone soon. Oh boy, that's a big one. So the finishing of Fourth Wing, I got those 2. They are posted on the YouTube now. If y'all don't know, yes, I do have YouTube. The link is in the bio. Okay, so you can go to the bio, find it. If you don't know how to do that, you can go to YouTube. Just search Wise Beyond the Stories. You'll see me in the background. You can't miss it. And the colors for Yarros, will be significant. It's why she speaks about earning the black they wear. Okay. Okay, thank you, user 3742. Thank you. I don't know who you are. Crazy name. But thank you. That's good to know. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, a certain person. There's a certain person I'm going to not like soon. I got some serious theories that need to be discussed when you get further along. Okay, Bobby, I'm here for that. You know that. 35, 36 should be read on live. I think everything has a meaning with Rebecca. I'm noticing that with these fantasy writers too. They don't put it in, there's a meaning. And then the last thing, really admin note I want to talk about is we opened up the Discord to a few people. Some invites went out. Some people I sent invites out, but I don't know if you don't have a Discord or not. So if you are interested, let me know. I'm going to show you up. We'll send out some more. We're still trying to work it and figure it out. I've got a few people in there trying to help me out, work it out, and we're kind of growing. Okay, broccoli. What the hell is broccoli talking about? I love my new sweater. What is happening? What are y'all yapping about in here? So just so you know, and then very soon the Discord will go public for everybody to just go wild. The meaning of broccoli. Oh boy. Okay, yep. I will. Okay, I'm trying to remember all. Okay, Miss Jones, May. I gotta get these names. Broccoli. Okay, broccoli's coming up. A feral Discord. These are they're redeemable. This one isn't. Book 3. All right. We'll have to. Y'all are wild. Now, broccoli. Y'all about make me open this book. Was it Broccoli Rob? Is it Broccoli Rob? We don't have to worry about broccoli till the last book. Oh, okay. Gotcha. And that is Onyx Storm. Okay, broccoli. So who is. All right. Just wait. Oh, I'm waiting. Okay. Now, my question was this. Since we got there, was it Brennan? Was it Brennan that everybody was wanting me to give the fucking rune treatment to? Was that who everybody thought it should? Or is there still somebody else out there? I noticed that too. Was it Brennan? Hey, what's up, Sean? Yeah. Oh, is Brennan? It was Okay, yeah. I got to learn his new last name, or am I going to give him the? I don't know. We got to figure out if it's his last name. I got to learn that one. I might have to listen to the audiobooks a little bit just to get these names, because y'all know me. I suck with names. Excuse me. All right. Anything else? Yeah, let's see. But he's not my favorite, Sorengale. Oh, really? Mirrowind's your favorite. Acerra. Yeah, we'll get Acerra. Acerai. Oh, I fucking hate names. 35 needs to be alive. Okay, we'll try to remember. 35 needs to be alive. That's a big one, I assume. Okay, what else? Brennan Sorengale, Lieutenant. We'll end it with that. Sorengale, siblings of the ghosts. I will say, if I want to see what happens when those three get it, my favorite is Riddick. I tell you what, before I got into this, I heard a lot about Riddick, but I'm shocked we didn't get very much of him in the first book. I was hoping for more Riddick. I like the guy. I think me and Riddick would probably be very much alike. I think that was Vega. I think I was having that conversation with Vega today in one of the comments. Riddick is a sleeper character. Okay, oh, hey, Lily. Oh, everybody coming out. Riddick gets better, more screen time. Okay, cool. But no, we were talking, and I think it was Vega that asked me, like, what dragon and magic power would I want? And like, I like the shadows. I think that would be cool to have shadow power. But I think I would end up being with fucking Atrum and Riddick. I think that's where I kind of my personality in. I just threw my pen. Would end up, you know what I mean? Riddick comes alive in book 3. Okay, I like that. Maybe that's why I saw it so much, because y'all said that just came out this year, and that's when I started reading ACOTAR, and started finally seeing some of these book talk things and started seeing some names. So that's prayer. Okay. Yes, Vega. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay? Agree. Everybody thinks I give Riddick energy. The strikes weren't big enough. What does that mean? Ooh, y'all having these? Ooh. The last chapter of Onyx needs to be live. Okay. It's going to get interesting when you see the new first years. I'm interested to see what happens when Liam's sister gets there because she's supposed to be there this year. I'm scared. Oh, Riddick and his are the same age. That's cool. That's cool. Clocked. Yeah, I'm scared to see what happens with Liam and his sister. I'm glad they got the notes and they're going to give it to him. So hopefully that kind of breaks it over. But that's going to be a rough one. That's going to be a rough one. The looks your guy. Why are you? Don't why? That's not going to be a good relationship, is it? That's going to be a tough one. Ah, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. The looks. There are two big people in the new class, Liam's sister and another surprise. Okay. All right. I like that. Yeah, the new class is, it's going to be interesting too to see what happens with this whole traveling back and forth for Zayden and Vi. That's interesting. Wifey giving it away with the, yeah, unfortunately, listen, yeah, we listen, we've known each other for more than half her life. Like, God damn, we more than half my life too, aren't we? Shit. Damn. I just realized that. Holy crap.
I can't hide anything from him, guys.
Yeah, there's no hiding. So
he reads me pretty well. Most days.
99% of us. Yeah, 99.9% of the time. Okay, 90%. You give me 85. Let's be honest. 67% of the time. No, I'm just playing. Sloan is no Lamb, but no, yeah, no, I don't think there is the realization. You guys are awesome. Yeah, this is happening. This is really happening. Oh, they think we're cute. See, we're cute. No, I'm just playing. Hey, we just keep it real with each other, everybody, honestly. He's too perceptive to get away with little facial expressions. Listen, I don't want to toot my own horn. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but y'all be telling me I'd be picking things up. So you got to watch out. If you say something, I focus in on it. But I can honestly, and I will. And yes, she's right. There's other things I will completely miss. If it, I don't know. But I mean, I think we're all like that. But if you mention it, I tend to zone in on it. But I was going to say something. I forgot. Oh, don't be sorry. Oh, are you leaving Vega? No. Good night, Vega. Yeah, I think we're going to end it up here within the next 3 minutes, y'all. That'll put it at, I think, midnight for most people, 11 o'clock for my time zone. Let everybody get out. And still, for those clubbers that want to go hit the club, you youngsters. Anybody got anything going on crazy the weekend? I don't think we do. Oh, okay. Next week with lives will probably be hard next week with the late schedule, huh? I believe so. Hitting the club is comical, right? Well, this is the new club. Yeah. This is 3:30 on a Saturday. Oh, my. Lots of cleaning. You get new tires. Nobody go to the club no more? What is a club? Like, I go to the club, I get tired. My birth year starts with 19. I'm with you. Hey, I tell you, trust me. Yes, we were born in the 1900s. I'm with you. I think club and it's like, kinking my neck. Kingdom of Ash this week. Sam! Oh, Sam is reading Kingdom of Ash this weekend for the first time.
Not me.
My knees can't drop the way I used to. Oh, you just finished Kingdom of Ash today. That book was life-changing. Sam, I just want you to know that book is amazing. It is a rite of passage. Enjoy it. Take your time with it, please. That's all I'm going to say. I just enjoy it because once it's gone, it never comes back. Oh, agree, Wanderlust. That is agree. Agree. I listen. Everything we're saying about this book, yeah, the book broke me, but it is still my favorite book right here. So far, Kingdom of Ash is still, again, y'all know me. I don't have a big selection of books unless you want to talk about military history, and those aren't fun. You want to talk about ARs, FMs, TMs. Y'all know it's crazy. Y'all want to hear something wild? The fact that I still remember TM 11-5820-890-10-8, that is the manual for a sync gauge radio that we used in the military. The fact I know the number of it tells you how many times I had to open that. I just want to check. And if you don't want to believe me, that's public knowledge. Google it. TM stands for Technical Module 11-5820890-10-8. That is the unit manual. Take the 8, turn it to a P. That turns into the parts manual. Sorry, I'm just saying. See what I mean? Oh my God. Anyway, digressing. Okay. All right, where we go? The graphic. Okay, so the graphic novels, that's what Liz listens to. She listens to the graphic audios and the audiobooks. So I will say this. When I do the reread of Akatar, whenever we get the announcement, I'm going to do my reread in the, what do they call it? The, what is it? Yeah, immersive. I'm going to listen and read at the same time. God, my hair is all up today. And yes, Sam, like they said, please, I hope you are a follower. We are all here. If you need us, we can talk. We're all here. Questions, concerns. I'm waiting for Throne of Glass to come out before I do those re-listen. See, that's what I'm kind of pumping to, because I know Throne of the Glass, the graphics are about to start coming out, right? So again, when those come out, that's when I want to redo, because I know I don't want to spoil anything, because there's a scene in KOA that we all know that I have to hear. So that scene's gonna, anyway, that's amazing. But yes, definitely. Way to be, Sam. You'll be here. Hey, and we are here for you. We are here for you too. Seriously. This is the greatest book club I never thought I would. Wow. In less than a year, I started. Why would I start a book? Who would allow me to start a book club? It's so fucking wild. Oh, we'll never stop thinking. No. Game of Thrones. Throne of Glass will never stop being. I changed my soap because of that. Okay? I changed my soap. I took a book on a family vacation, woke up extra early to read. You know what I'm saying? I just want. That was not on my bingo card last year. Hey, and Mon, listen, why y'all have chosen me to be your wing leader, I have no idea, but I am so fucking thankful for that, because this is fun as hell. This is so fun as hell. Ah, yes, the soap. I have lavender soap now. Dawn Bar lavender soap. The audiobooks for Quicksilver, everyone I know, love it reading. Quicksilver. That's the one with the Kingfisher, right? I think that's the one everybody says. I think that's a couple down the list on the TBR. Queen of Shadows on your honeymoon? Nice. I think that's where Liz is at right now. She's on Queen of Shadows. The soap, yep. All the soap, yep. That soap changed. You chose me because of the colander? Really? That's hilarious. No one else. Hey, they say you got to stand out, right? They say you got to stand out. I don't know why. I think she was cooking spaghetti that night, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this, and I just took it. I don't know why. It was funny. The Book of Azrael, yes, that is on the TBR too. So I believe. Just so everybody's here, I believe the next 2 series, I got my husband reads Akatar before. Oh, that's a good one. Zodiac Academy, that's on there too. I believe the next book series is the Ashen series, and then after that, a lot of people are requesting Red Rising. But I also know a couple people have asked for maybe doing a couple small one-off books because we have to keep series kind of small because everything is based off of the ACOTAR announcement, but we have what we're guesstimating at least 6 months or so. So that's how we're kind of, doing on that. So if everybody understands what I'm trying to say there. So Red Rising is great. Zodiac Academy. Yes, Zodiac Academy is on the list too, but I think that's like 12 books or 8 books or something. Oh, we'll make everything family friendly, right? Or we'll at least try. Hey, Miss Jones, hey, tell your husband I appreciate him liking my helmet and the energy. I mean, honestly, hey, I do that because y'all keep showing up. And as long as y'all keep showing up, then that tells me I'm doing something right. So I'm going to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Alchemize, yeah, that was one somebody mentioned, but that's like a one book. That's like a one book, so maybe fit that in there. Dungeon Crawler. I heard that was a good one too. That one's been mentioned. Yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl. I heard that one. Ooh, okay, Belle. Okay, Belle. Well, let's talk about that really quick because I haven't seen many people. Oh, and then we're gonna get to May too. What did you dislike? I mean, listen, I'll take anything as long as it's a reason, as long as the answer is not just because. So that's crazy. What didn't you like? If you want a short one, Hunger Games, that's on the list too. Silver Elite. The Last Letter. That's the one y'all talk about making me cry and stuff, ain't it, Sean? That's that military one, huh? Yeah, I remember that. Aragon, that's got dragons. That will be there at some point. Okay, let me try to keep up with the comments. Metal Slingers. Okay. Is Hunger Games really short? I thought that was like a long series. I don't know. I'm new, y'all. So, yeah, that's where we're going. It's short. Okay. For a long one, the whole mortal intro. Oh, see, you talking about mortal beings with the mortal beings, right? That's with the blonde that they did with Claire, the 2 TV shows. Amy, hey, thanks for stopping by, my friend. Thank you for coming out. You have an amazing weekend too. Thank you for stopping by and all the support. I hope everything is well with you in your neck of the woods. Watch Wizards baking with my husband's. Okay, bye, Emily. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping, and thanks for all your help with everything. I appreciate you. All right, yeah, we've gone a little bit over time, folks. We're going to end it here really quick. Oh, a Daughter of No Worlds is good. Gives me, okay. I didn't connect with the MMs. Okay, that makes sense. That's fair. The story was flat and too many. Okay, I respect it. It's a reason. You know how many times I see people just say I didn't like it because it was dumb, and I'm like, well, that doesn't tell me. That's a legit reason. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. Second Daughter of No Words. Man, all right, this TBR is getting so long. We're going to keep going. All right, folks, but with that, I am going to end it off here. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We've been live, 3 days now? I think we went live. Yeah, 3 days straight. And y'all have come out and support in the 20s and 30s and 40s. So thank you. Until next time, folks. Once again, thank you from me and Twisted List over there. She working on some computer graphics. That's why she's not coming over here. I want to say thank you. Thank you for the 26.6K likes, for all the gifts. I'm sorry if I didn't see them and get to call them out, but y'all know I get into these stories. But until next time, folks, we will see you then. Have a good one. Not everybody. Thanks, everybody. Bye, fam. Y'all rock too. Until then.